Those who want me over here. Hi, I know where you want me.
Yeah, probably. I didn't. The cat was there. Yeah, I was trying to work on that.
How about now? Can you hear us now?
Yes. Remember that one button on the deck that you could only push to kill everything? That was stepped on.
Of course.
We can hear the music playing. Yes, I had this. I was messing with stuff like right before we started. So yes. So hello everybody. Welcome to RFS Family Community Night. Tonight we are going to be playing a game for you called Azul.
Yay!
This is interesting. I don't know how this whole idea came about. Crystal, how did this whole idea come about?
I don't know. We were talking about games and stuff, and then one night, I think when we did coloring book night, we were asking if people would want to see us play the games, because these games are, it's a lot to invest in. It's not like Monopoly where everybody knows how to play it,
right?
And you don't know how the mechanics work. The games that we play are very different from the standard games that people have, like Monopoly, Scrabble, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot more to learn, and I don't necessarily want to invest in a game if I don't know how to play it and if I'm going to enjoy it. that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you know, I'm not sure, but I thought maybe a lot of years ago there was a website that you could check out board games.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and you could check out the board games, and you're responsible for all the pieces and stuff like that. I thought I remember seeing something like that maybe a handful of years ago, but I haven't checked
Like
into
a
that.
library, but for
Like
games.
a library, but yeah, for board games.
Right.
For,
Interesting.
Spring is in full effect here. Every car is out and loud. It's not every car; it's every motorcycle person.
Yes.
The car accidents are back.
Oh yeah, I'm full force.
It's been a while, yeah, but the car accidents are all back. So hello everybody in the chat. Hello Sam. Hello Linda. Hello Hannah. Hi Jess. Hello everybody. Hi Heather. I hope you guys are all having a great day. So we're gonna play this game, but your job is to watch.
Pretty much. Any vodka tonight? No. It is not a drinking night. I haven't drank in a while. But no. We have to keep our faculties about us. If you want me to
What's
show
a
you how to play
faculty?
this game, like your, how do I describe that? like your mental faculties, like your,
right.
being able to stay on
My,
task.
my
I
inside
guess?
me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To not get distracted.
Right.
Mooch, of course, is here to help us.
Is he here to help?
Yes, he knows how to play. He's watched it several times. This one's a lot of fun. I think this was the first board game you got for us, yes?
This is the first. What do they call them? Modern board games. It's
that what we're calling them?
When I'm falling down this lingo rabbit hole of board game stuff, which same rules apply to like everything else online. There's people with all like their Instagram accounts are just like zoomed in board game pieces, or it's popular to be like a kind of booth babing it up with your board game.
Yeah.
Like it's like the same gimmick. All the memes have been reworded to say stuff about board games. If you have a YouTube channel or a video, which I forgot to do, you put all your board games in the back.
Supposed to do that.
But like
But we have all the board games. We could have done
thousands,
that.
these people have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of board games.
Yeah, we were just gonna put one facing forward on each shelf here. These people have like all the board games. All of them.
So like they're not expensive. A lot of them are between like $40 and $50, $60, $100. You know, about $40 is a board game,
Some
right?
of them are cheaper. Some are in like $20 to $30 range.
Most of them are like $35, $40 once you start getting into like board games, right? And these people have so many, like on the out of control TikToks, they're like walls and walls and walls. It's so cool. I kind of love it. It's kind of really cool. So we've been playing a lot of these modern board games, is what we're calling them. And the modern board game is something that isn't what we discussed.
Like
not
Monopoly,
Monopoly, not Scrabble. Nothing
Not
from
the
Milton.
stuff you played when you were a kid.
Yeah, nothing from Milton Bradley or Hasbro.
Which, those are fun enough, but, like, we've all been there and done that. So it's fun to play different creative mechanics.
Cyber Husky says, yeah, sounds like my basement. All the board games on the shelves. You guys are really super board gamers. I'm new at this. I didn't really play any of this stuff. Growing up here and there, but we didn't really play any of this modern board game stuff until, like, we went out to Jess's house. And then you came out for game night.
She came out here for VidCon and brought Unstable Unicorns.
Yeah.
And we played that.
And
that was a lot of fun.
And so lately we've been like getting into like more modern board games. So this time we're going to play Azul for you. It's a really basic game. It's easy. It's a lot of fun. It's only as complicated as you want it to be.
Yes.
And that is a good thing. I see a super chat here from Make Today Count from PJ. Hi PJ. Happy Wednesday. It's apparently still winter in Michigan, but it's awesome here in Connecticut. I just don't...
In Connecticut River Valley.
Connecticut River Valley.
Yes.
Watching my friends from Santa Cruz.
No, try that again.
Watching with my friend from Santa Cruz.
There you go.
Oh, nice. I hope you were having a good day, PJ.
And your friend from Santa Cruz. Hello. Thanks for watching.
Connecticut. I know just so many consonants there. Oh, no, there's a battle of vowels now that I'm reading it. Well, PJ, I hope you're having a good night, my friend. And we'll get on with this game here in just a second. I will say, so Friday on Getting Baked with Crystal, what are you making on Friday?
Chocolate cookies.
Chocolate cookies?
Chocolate cookies with maraschino cherries. I don't remember what
That's right. It has the frosting and stuff. They're like little mini cakey things.
I'm hoping so because I
good.
hate making the cake that you love.
Uh-huh.
I like making it for you because you appreciate it for sure.
Right.
But I hate layer cakes, so this is a cookie version, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was Shannon said she made them and loved them, so
right.
We're gonna try it.
Everybody's concerned. Why is the turtle light off, Dan? I turned it off because it was causing a back glow for the live stream here. Hey, Dan, where are your glasses? They're at your mama's house.
Damn.
Well, hold on. I'm just punching through the questions here.
Okay.
I kind of feel like this chair might fall apart at any time. So during the live stream on Friday, Steve sent a box of he calls it real mac and cheese.
Kraft dinner.
Kraft dinner, that's what it's called. It's called KD for Kraft dinner. There's a French Canadian side, and then there's a the right side. And so we'll be making this on Friday, but we're going to put it up against one of America's best. What's America's best standard? Is it Kraft mac and cheese?
According to my mom, it's Blvd.
Blvd shells and cheese?
Yes.
But
if we're going, shot for shot, we have to get the Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, you can't have a gel packet.
No.
Like, you can't have a Topo's Butthole ready. Yeah, you can't have that. So I will go to the store and get a Kraft, same brand, Kraft macaroni and cheese box. I won't get the dinosaurs, or I won't get the Yoda heads, or Grogu's, or whatever you call them. And we will battle the mac and cheese. We might even have a blind taste test, where I blow powder into your eyes.
Oh, God.
And you can't see for up to 48 to 72 hours.
Kraft mac and cheese
then you eat the mac and
not
cheese.
Really something I love. I ate too much of it as a kid, and it's just like cheap, crappy dinner to me.
I didn't eat that much of it.
You make it a couple of times a year, and when you make it, I try a couple bites
fun.
to remind myself that I don't like it.
It's diminishing returns with every bite.
Yes.
Just shovel it in there before it's not cold, before it's cold and then not hot anymore, and then you're good to go. So we'll have a battle of the mac and cheeses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, stop eating the table, dummy.
Oh my gosh, he was just straight chewing the table, Topo. I had to widen the monitors because Mooch made this like Evel Knievel jump through two cameras and a microphone all shoved here in this little itty bitty space, right? And he did not make it. His head didn't go through the two monitors. And he started falling backwards. And I had to like shove it through. So I had to like space it out a bit. Topo, on the other hand, I don't know what he's doing, but he already got a chunk of the thing off. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we will have that.
Bronica wants to know if you've seen the Cheetos mac and cheese.
Yes, and we've gone through that. There's actually a review video that we did on the Cheetos mac and cheese somewhere on this exact channel.
Yes, we got all three flavors.
I think we
still have some. People mailed us some, and we still have some.
Right.
You guys have made it a few times, though.
Yeah, so let me know. Well, actually, you can save it till Friday. You'll have to let me know what your favorite mac and cheese version is.
Mooch shed all over me.
It is insane. It is insane shedding here.
It's bad.
Like, insane. It is really, really bad. But let us know what you like on Friday, not now, for your favorite mac and cheese. So I'm just going to get the regular one, and we'll battle cheese.
Yes.
Jess wants to know, hey, Dan, have you done any of the Legacy board games? I have not. I was only telling Crystal about these Legacy board games, like, maybe yesterday or the day before, because we were watching a review on, like, Pandemic, or there was this My Cities game that looked fun, but it was a Legacy board game where you play it a few times, and you pick your own names depending on what they want. It's kind of like not Mad Lib-ish, but you fill in some of the characters or locations, or maybe this person you roll the stats for that person, and then it lives on in that game when you play it.
Oh, kind of like when I got the card with my name on it in Cards Against Humanity.
Yes, but kind of. Like, that would be considered it, and you put... Yeah, but that one came from the company.
It did. But, like, they come with blank cards, you can write whatever you want.
Yeah, maybe something to that degree. Yeah. Maybe you get the name of that city one that I was looking at. Maybe you get the name of the city. Whoever wins gets to pick, this or that. Then you write the name of it, and then you play the game, and then it's just permanent.
Okay, just a different aspect.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
the game.
I believe that's what it is. I have Cheetos mac and cheese, and it's good. The Cheetos mac and cheese was fun. We got the one that was... We got all three of them, but the jalapeno one I think I liked. I still have a box of that left. We are playing Pandemic Legacy right now. Yes, I've seen the Pandemic one, and I've seen the one from My Cities, where there's like 8 different levels you have to play with the 8 different envelopes. And then once you do all that, the game's over, and then you play again through, and you don't have to pick the stuff anymore, which is pretty cool. We have done Betrayal on House on Haunted Hill Legacy. That one was really cool, too. Okay, we probably named the characters. That was a fun game.
Hannah says she got Captain Crunch at Sam's Club that is called Red, White, and Blue, and it's the same thing as the Oops All Berries, but star-shaped. Interesting. Does it cut up the roof of your mouth? That's what I want to know.
Right.
That's why I like the Oops All Berries.
And we decided that the berries and stuff were all the same flavor.
Is that what we decided?
Yeah, they were all the same flavor. They're just dyed different colors, right?
Yes, I believe so.
But it's just that one berry flavor.
Just berry flavored, yes.
Yes. Yeah, so we named the characters. We played 16 rounds, had to destroy cards, name weapons, and emblems. Add emblems. It was really cool. Okay, so something like that. But yeah, I noticed that one that I wanted to look at looked like it was like you had to like play a bunch of the times to do stuff like that. But that's pretty cool. Some of the things die, some of the things live, and it kind of forms the game to be unique yourself. I'm fine with just playing any game right now because I'm still so new to this. We probably have about 6 modern day board games. amongst all the other games that we play, like Parcheesi or
We don't have Parcheesi.
Pachunky or roll Past Me.
You're making things
What's
up.
that one? And it comes in a box. Like, do you have the bomb codes? And there's like nothing in there.
What?
Pachinko,
Backgammon?
Backgammon. I was so close. It was on the tip of my tongue. It was on the tip of my tongue.
The same starting letter.
No. Okay, so let's.
I'm curious to know in the chat. Let us know if you've played Azul before.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
or
know
any
if anybody out
variations
there
of
knows what this is. Yeah, there's different versions that the game plays the same, but the pieces and boards are different.
Right. Some of them, the game concept's the same, but the way you distribute stuff's a little bit different on some of the other ones.
Okay.
Okay. So, would you like to explain the game of Azul?
Sure. You're leaving it to me. Can I have the tile bag? Or let me have the whole box.
You can have everything here.
Okay, so inside the box you get. This is for up to 4 players. God, there's cat hair everywhere. They're just molting. It's for up to 4 players. We play it with 2 players. We have played it with 3. We played it with Blake,
Correct.
and we played it with Terry.
Yes.
So gameplay's a little different with 3 players, but 2 is just fine.
This is a 100% drafting game.
Yes.
This is a drafting game where the mechanics are us drafting tiles, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yes. So you get 4 boards. The back is, we haven't played the back side. The front side shows you which tiles go where, basically. We'll get to that. The back side doesn't give you that. It's blank. So we haven't played that yet. But you get 4 of these, 1 for each player, up to 4 players. And then you get a bag full of tiles. The tiles are really cute. I love these.
Yeah, they're pretty
Let's
tiles.
see if I can get one of each one of them here.
If you toss them in the middle here, I can switch camera views here.
So they basically look like little starbursts.
They do look like little starbursts. They're
But
very
don't eat them, they're very hard.
they're very well done.
Yes, absolutely.
They're nice and smooth. They're double-sided.
Yes, they're the same on both sides. So
Yes, and as you can see, it represents
Does it
the
say
colors
somewhere
that
on
are
here?
actually on the board, which we'll be drafting for in just a little bit.
it doesn't say how many of each there are, but you get a bunch of each of the 5 colors of tiles.
Yeah, I want to say
Those
that.
go in the bag.
I thought there was 96 of them, but I'm not sure.
Okay. It comes with a bag, which is nice. A lot of the games don't have bags for the pieces.
Yes, don't have a drafting bag, yes.
You get, are we back to, okay.
Yeah.
You get these discs. These are, I think they call them factories. Is that what, yeah. These are called factory displays. So you actually get 9 of these, but you don't play with 9 in a 2-player game. 9 is for a 4-player game, 7 for a 3-player game, 5 for a 2-player game. So we always just play with 5.
Right.
Except for the couple times we played with Terry and Blake. I should have pre-opened the Ziploc. I'm not very
That's
good
okay.
at this.
Watching you struggle is great.
Look like starbursts with quilting patterns on them. Yes, absolutely.
Kind of like that.
So then there's a little bag that has this little tile with a 1 on it. It's not focusing.
It won't focus. It's focused on us.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And then these are your score pieces.
Which we'll get to
Can we
as
get back to the
well.
board?
Yes.
So on your board at the top is the scoring part. So you put one of these little squares on the 0 on each board. And as you play along, you move it along as you score on each round. So this game is played in multiple rounds until the game ends. We'll get to how the game ends.
Try to look to see what their little tagline was in there.
Do they have a tagline?
Yes.
Before it goes off the screen, I see a member super chat from Crystal the Animal Lover. Thank you so much. Hi, Dan and Crystal. Looks like a fun game.
Hello.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
like this one.
this'll-
You know how it goes. You get a new game and then you just start playing that game a bunch. We've been stuck on Patchwork lately, but this one's a lot of fun. It's a good fallback, easy game. You guys will see as we play it out. There is some strategy to it, and as you progress and like play it more strategy comes into play. I feel
Correct.
like you kind of catch on, and like your next game you'll play with a little more strategy. But in the beginning, it's super simple. There's
Yes.
no problem. Just, Terry doesn't really play. She's never played modern board games. We played this in Patchwork, and she's like, "Oh my god, those were so fun! I'm buying them." Like she was in.
Yes. Azul invites you, a tile-laying artist, to embellish the walls of the royal palace of Evora. So that's what we're doing. We're laying tiles to make the best
That's irrelevant.
motif. That's what the aura of the game is. That's what
Gotcha.
the colors.
Okay.
That's what the colors
They
are for.
come up with this backstory. You're just picking tiles and trying to win over Dan.
Absolutely not. This is why we're here: is to build the best, the prettiest layout.
Yes. Okay,
So how does this work?
on each of your, what are they called, factory displays, whether
Correct.
you're playing with 5, 7, or 9, depending on how many players you have, you reach blindly into the bag and you pull out 4 tiles. And each board gets 4 random tiles on it, or each factory display.
Right. Uncle Yukon does not like Monopoly at all. I like the concept of a lawn play for the game. Like I have that. Like I like the concept of that on Monopoly, but sometimes Monopoly's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an unfair game when you try to think about it, about buying the stuff and getting around the board. It's just so lucky. But I do like longer strategy games. You know, we play a lot of Catan when I go out to Michigan and stuff, and that's got the perfect build of strategy and fun and stuff. A little bit better than Monopoly, I would think.
Right.
A Monopoly is fun with the right people. I think still it's like a lot of it's the right, just like luck. There's been times where I'm like ready to go and I just can't get out of there. But that's life.
That's a different game.
I like Catan better. We played Life. I like Life a lot.
Yeah. We can play that.
Yes.
Okay, so the game is set up now. This is really all there is to setting it up.
It looks very confusing to me. It is not. It is. We were starting here like super basic. So far, we've done nothing.
This is the easiest of the modern board games. That's why we picked this one to start to show you guys.
We've randomly drawn tiles.
So this is my board. This is your board. We've randomly picked 4 tiles for each one.
Right.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to pick tiles from one of these factory displays.
Correct.
When I pick, I have to take all of the one color that I'm choosing.
But only one.
One color at a time. So if I choose from here and I take the red, I only get 1 red. If I choose to take the yellow, I get both. I have to take both of the yellows. You don't have an option. You have to take both of them, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take both of the yellows. These are now out of the factory and they go here. So these can also be chosen from, but the first person to take from what basically becomes like a discard pile also has to take this tile with a 1 on it.
Right. Where does that go?
That goes down at the bottom of the board. This is where you put any tiles you can't play. And I don't know how well you can see it, but if you have one in the first box, that's minus 1 point to your final score. If you have one in the second box, that's also minus 1 point. The third, fourth, and fifth boxes are minus 2 points. The 6th and 7th boxes are minus 3 points. Don't get more than that or you're just, you lose. You lose.
It's bad news. It's bad
so,
news.
I'm not picking from there, so that stays there. But say Dan needed, 1 blue and black tile. The only options here are 2 and 2. So if he wanted this, he could take this to be able to take this.
But I go first next round.
This also allows you to go first next round, which is an advantage.
It is an advantage.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Yes.
So I'm first going to take these.
Okay.
So whatever you take, you have to place on one of these 5 rows. Since I have 2 tiles, I'm going to place it on this one, and that fills up this row completely. When we get to the end of this round, meaning all of these little starburst pieces have been taken and we're done, any row that's completely filled up, all of the squares have a tile on them, you then get to take the tile of that color and place it on the tile of that color here, and you score for that. We'll get to the scoring, but for right now, I'm just going to play those here. So anything you play during the round goes here, if you can play it. If you can't play it, it goes down at the bottom.
But you have to have room to play both pieces. That's why you could not put it...
If I wanted to put it here on the 1, this would go down here, and I'd lose a point at the end of the game. So it's not advantageous to play that at this point, and I have room to play it here, so I'm going to play it here. Jess says that I need Greg's shirt.
I think it was, oh my gosh, it was like a Tea Turtle shirt, from like Tea Turtle, and it was just something like, I read the rules, or I think it was like, I like that. But the game's really super simple when you go. You'll start scoring points depending on how many tiles you filled up there, with multipliers being explained during scoring.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's Dan's turn. So Dan can choose from, obviously there's nothing left here. He can choose from any of these 4 factory displays. And again, whatever color he chooses, he has to take all of the tiles of that color on that display. Or he can take from here, and then he has to take the 1 to lose a point at the end.
Okay, so...
Oh, it says, I read the rules, so you don't have to.
That's what it is.
Yes.
So I'm attracted to these 2 black ones, because I want to take something that's got the most pieces right off the bat, to try to fill it in, to get more lower scoring. So I'm going to take these 2 really pretty black ones.
More lower on the board score.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I'm going to put these 2 in the discard pile, and I'm going to do what you did, and I'm going to also fill in the second spot here, so I can fill in this corner row at the end of my turn.
So as the game goes on, we'll call it the discard pile. I don't know what they actually call it. The discard pile starts to fill up. So in the beginning, maybe there's only 1 red. Well, if if I already have a red on this row, or if I already have this row filled, I obviously don't want to take the one red. But if I wait it out, maybe all 3 of them will be here and I can take 3 reds.
Yes, and like we've talked about, the strategy only gets as hard as you want. The first few times you play it, all I'm concentrating on is just going like, oh my gosh, I filled the row! Yahoo!
Yes.
And then after a while, there's this thing that we haven't had yet that will rear its nasty head that we'll talk about in a little bit.
We'll get there.
And it gets competitive.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Get
we'll get to hate drafting.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so on my turn, let me explain a little bit of strategy to you. So I always want to take wherever I can as many tiles as I can. So I don't want to take from here because I'm only going to get 1 unless I want to play here. If I take from one of these, I can't play it in the row of 2 because I already have one there. So I can't play any more there until the end of the round once I clear that out. So then I would be playing on a 3, 4, or 5. If I take this, in this round, my only chance is to get this. If I take the blue ones, I have the chance to get this or this.
Right.
So you kind of want to plan ahead on what else you could possibly take. Is this making sense?
It is, and if you don't fill up your row, those
carries on to the
tiles
next round.
will stay over, yes.
They stay there. So you can, even if you don't fill it, you'll have the chance the next round. And the rounds keep going until somebody wins the game. We'll get to how somebody wins the game. Yes.
Okay, so now it is your turn.
On my turn, I'm actually, I think I am going to take a single red one only because I want to get one here. So when you're scoring, again, those go into the discard pile. I'm going to explain to you why I took this. When you're scoring, this is going to go here. This is going to go here because both of those rows are filled. If your tiles are touching, you get more points.
Right.
So it's more of an advantage for me to take the red than to say take this blue flower one because it's not touching anything else in this round of scoring.
And again, strategy didn't come in until a few times we played this game.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so it's my turn now, and I'm going to take this pretty blue, I don't know what you call those chevrons on there.
That's not a chevron. It's a
Those
flower.
aren't chevrons. And I'm going to put it up here on this front one so I can get some multipliers at the end of the round here. Pretty easy, and then the rest of them go in here, which now as the rounds go on, as you can see here, it is looking pretty good now. Like, now I'm kind of eyeing this 4-pack right here to go in these into this 4 area here at the cost of 1 token, but that's okay because I'll get some multipliers in future rounds.
I see a couple people saying that you're lost. Don't worry, hang in there. I promise it'll make sense. Each round is exactly the same, so you'll watch us do this same thing again. And I think after you watch the first round, then the second round will make more sense.
Okay.
Not full gameplay, but like there's multiple rounds in the game.
Pick and fill and score.
It's easy.
Pick and fill and score.
Like you said, this is looking pretty good right now, so I'm going to take this so that I can play it here. And now I've filled that row. I do have to take this, which is going to lose me a point at the end of the game, but I'm going to gain a point in having these, so it'll balance out, and I get to go first next round.
That was a pretty good move.
Yes. Now, Dan can pick from here with no consequence if he wants to.
Right. And I'm going to pick these blue ones and put them down here in this 4 slot.
So he's picking those in the hopes that I won't take these, and he'll be able to take these and fill up that row. So this is where hate drafting comes into place.
It's a word we learned like recently.
Yes. And that's picking something so someone else in the game can't have it. Not necessarily that I need it or want to take it on my own, but if he fills this row on this round, he gets a point and clears this row and gets to start over with a new color next time.
Right.
But I put you at a disadvantage if I choose to take these, because then you don't fill that row.
But I have a good idea. Look how prettier it would look.
He tries so hard to convince me to take other things.
If you take these 2 and I take the blue, then the next turn you can take this 3rd one and it would be beautiful.
That would be beautiful.
It would be beautiful.
Look
at how red you love red. Look at these.
I do love red.
2 red starbursts, which makes those things make my mouth water a little. I won't lie. I'm just like, starburst.
Don't eat the tiles.
If you just go for those red ones, that one, I mean, look how clean it looks on the camera. You should just get those red ones.
Is that what you think I should do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that this time. Only because we're playing for show, so I'm not gonna hate draft you this time. Normal gameplay, I'm always hate drafting. Anything I can do to block you, I will do. I am gonna put these here because when I score this, once I can finally score this in one of the next rounds, I'll get multiple points because they'll be touching. So that's what I'm gonna do this time. What are you gonna do?
Oh wow! Now you left me with decisions.
What are your decisions?
Well, my decisions are if I take these two this time, I might be able to take a third one and have another line filled up. A third line. Then in between, you're going to take these 4. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these 4. Because I don't trust Crystal to be nice twice. Because I'm not going to be nice.
You really shouldn't.
Crystal's really good at games, so I have to try really hard.
Katie's at work in the bathroom. Won't be long, but I wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Thanks for watching us while you pee.
Yeah, don't forget to wash your hands.
So my option is 1 single one or 3. Obviously, I'm going to take the 3 because that is more of my line being filled.
Okay, leaving me with the single one, which
yes, you can play on your row.
I will play
3 or 5.
Play here.
Okay.
So now the first round is over.
Yes. So now comes to scoring. Each round, you only score the rows that are filled. Anything that's not filled stays there.
Okay.
You just leave it there. So this one is filled. It's only 1. So I move it over here. I get 1 point for that. This one is also filled with 2 tiles. So 1 tile moves over here. The other tile is out of gameplay now. And now I get 2 points because they're touching. So I get 2 more points there.
Yes.
This row of 3 only has 2, so those stay there, and I don't do anything. They stay till the next round. This row has 4. It's filled, so this moves here. These 3 are out of play. And I get 1 point for that. This row I did not fill, so those stay there for the next round. I lose 1 point for having this, so I go back 1, but I get to go first.
That's good. That's good.
What do you got?
I will score my 1 point here, my 1 point here. Well, 2 points here, so that'll be 3. 1, 2, 3. And I got a rogue point way over here by itself for 4. So I ended up with 4.
Take your other tiles out of play.
Yes, this go. Actually, everything goes but this one here.
Yes.
So, and then that is the end of the first round, and we draft again. Seems pretty simple, right?
Pretty simple. This round will make more sense. If you were lost, but you hung in with us to watch the whole thing, right. See if this one makes more sense. Katie, to wash your hands.
The game ends when somebody fills 1 horizontal row.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where it's at, but once 1 horizontal row is filled,
you finish out that round,
right.
But then the game is over.
Right.
So there is some strategy to that as far as if you don't want the game to end and you want to try to score more points, don't try to fill the horizontal
which
row.
I've tried before, to not fill them. Also, there's bonuses that you'll see later. If you get 1 vertical row, you'll get 7 points. For every horizontal row, you'll get 2 points. And I don't know what that means.
That's if you get all the tiles of 1 color on your board. So if you have 5 tiles in 1 color, which is kind of hard to do actually,
you get
10
yes,
bonus points
staggered,
on top of the points you normally get.
Yes.
So starting another round?
Fairly simple.
Yes.
Is this working, guys? I need to know. This is our first time doing this, and I'm a little nervous.
PJ, thank you with the super chat, wants to know if I'm 1 point short. Let's see. I got 1 there.
1.
And then I got 1, 2.
That's 3.
So that was 3.
And then
4. And then I lost a point for having this.
That's why we're 1 off.
I'm
1
ahead down.
Because of the 1 point?
Yes, because I lost a point there.
Okay, yeah, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which was a sacrifice I was willing to make because I have the advantage of going first this time.
You would be surprised how many times we take the point loss for stuff.
Yeah, it's 1 point. It's not that big of a deal.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, PJ.
Again, 4 tiles chosen at random. Wasn't it? It was only our second or third game where we picked all 4 tiles were the same for the.
I have only seen it happen once.
It happened 1 time.
It's only happened once where all 4 tiles are the same. And I read the box. Congratulations for reading, man. 100 tiles.
Okay.
Beautiful tiles.
So 20 of each.
Right,
then?
and they have a few expansions for this game that were kind of cool. I think it came with a couple more boards or maybe more tiles and stuff, color tiles and stuff for this. But we have a good time with this. It's simple enough that we'll play it over on the couch on the yellow table over there. You guys know what that table is. And we can have a TV show on in the background, or we could be yapping about stuff, it's not like a really intense game. It is a little bit during a 2-player game because I am kind of watching to see what Crystal's going to do. When you start playing 4 players and stuff like that, strategy is not so much there. I noticed when I was at Jess's house and I was trying to play Sagrada.
It's harder because you don't know what's going to be
people.
left by the time your turn comes around.
Right. So
this way it's
like
easy because I know you're going to take one thing. I have the choice.
Right.
But there's also strategy that comes into play with things like, if I want 2 of this color, I don't have to pick it this turn when we're playing 2 players.
Right.
Because as long as there's 2 versions of that there, you can only take one of them.
That you know that it's left, right.
Yeah, you can only take one of those. So I can leave that and wait until my next turn. Until you finally take one of those and clear out one of those discs, I'm good to go. Husky Bronico says, I love learning new games so I can buy and take something new to cousin Friday night game night. Oh, how fun.
Something like this. We have a few other games that are pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Yes.
Thanks, Jess, for getting me into board games.
Linda wants to know if you've eaten all the Kinder eggs
yeah,
yet.
they're gone. Yeah.
She said, if not, read her email before you do. Sorry. Oops.
I didn't see the email. No, they're in here. Why is that?
Were they poisoned? Was there a recall?
Do I need to get it on a class action?
Hannah says, this is super enjoyable. I'm glad. I like this game a lot. This is one of our go-tos that, like Dan said, you don't really have to think very hard.
So you're first.
I'm first.
You're first right now.
So my goal on this round is to try to fill this row so I can clear it out, because I can't play any other colors on this row until I fill it and clear it out. Same goes for this one. So on my first turn, there's 2 discs that have a single red. So I have the chance to get that later. I only have 1 chance to get 2 of these black and blue ones, so I'm going to take those now. So that row is filled, and I'll be able to score on that this round.
Okay, that seems easy. I am just looking to hate draft you at some point.
What you got?
Nothing right now. I'm just eyeing these 2 here to fill out my 3 points that I have here, my 3 tiles in one row that I have here.
Nice.
So I can fill in some scoring. So now it is your turn, Crystal.
Okay, so as I'm choosing, it's more advantageous if you choose a color to play where you already have one scored, if you choose a color that's touching that.
Right,
so,
which wasn't apparent to me the first few games.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I made a match.
Right.
My high five. High five.
She says recall due to salmonella. Well, we're all good. Nobody got sick.
Yeah, oops. I'm not sending him back. They'll send me back.
So it's a better choice for me to play either the black and blue or the yellow and red here because I'll get more points.
Right.
Same goes for this row. If I want to play a red or a blue, I will get more points. So that's a better choice for me. And I think in that case,
this game is so pretty. It is. It is. And the colors on the screen aren't quite as vibrant as they are. As they are in real life.
muted.
I have a camera like kind of far back, but I had to put it in 4K mode so it would zoom in enough so we could see it here. So it might be a little washed out. But this game is beautiful. This game's beautiful.
it is. And the tiles make a neat noise.
Yeah, if you want to buy it, you can find the link in the Amazon description below.
The Amazon link in the description
Amazon
below.
link in the description below. I got this game at Target, but it was considerably more expensive than it was on Amazon. But when I looked up the game on Amazon, the prices were like, so I must have just, I don't know.
Fair enough.
So
Dale wants to know if it says why the game is called Azul. I don't think that it does. Azul means blue, doesn't it? I think
let's
it means...
see. There's words here, but I can't pronounce it. It says in that second paragraph where they're in the black on the black.
Azulejos. Oh, introduced by the Moors, azulejos, originally white and blue ceramic tiles, were fully embraced by the Portuguese when their king Manuel I, on a visit to the Alhambra Palace in southern Spain, was mesmerized by the stunning beauty of the Moorish decorative tiles. The king, awestruck by the interior beauty of the Alhambra, immediately ordered that his own palace in Portugal be decorated with similar wall tiles. So yeah, Azul means blue in Spanish.
Which we would have read, but Crystal said it don't matter, pick tiles. Yes, and any of the games that you see by this company, or that say Azul on the front of it, there is some pretty ones. Some of them are like clear tiles that do different things, that have flower patterns and different style games that are kind of the same gameplay, but beautiful all the same from this company.
Yes.
It is now...
So it's my turn.
Your turn.
I'm going to take these red ones for several reasons.
Well, why?
These go here. Unfortunately, that does leave 5 of them here, so I am setting Dan up to be able to fill a row all in one turn.
Right, and that's just how it goes. And I am absolutely gonna fill
You'd
that
be
row.
stupid not to.
Right.
But I'm going to choose this for several reasons. One, I already have 2 rows that have red on them, so this will give me a 3rd red, leading me towards getting all 5 of one color to get 10 bonus points. I'm going to play them here, which means when I score them, I'm going to get multiple points because it's touching. So now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm far away from any of my things for 1 and 2 here to try to do anything. You know, I might be able to get a 2 and like maybe a red 1 later.
You can pick that and get your one touching there.
I am because I already filled that one up. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go faster. I'm going to take. Oh my gosh, it's either this blue or this red. It's. I'll take this or that blue, this black and blue one here, and then I'll put the red ones here.
which kind of screws me up because if I take 2 reds, I can only play them here. Well, I mean, I can play it here if I wanted to, but I wanted to get a single red to play here.
And you can't split the reds.
Yeah, you can't play it on 2 different rows, so I would have to play one and put one down here and lose a point. I'm not going to do that. We have more rounds to go in this game.
But you'll get 2 points, though, so you would be sacrificing 1 point to do that. Like, you would get your point back, but you would lose your multiplier.
I'm not going to do that this time. There's other moves that I can make.
Okay.
I can't take the 5 blues. I set you up for that. I can't take them because my row is full.
I am leaving them there. You could.
Dan can leave those there as long as he wants to because I can't take them unless I want to play them here and lose a point.
Okay.
And if I took them now, I'd have to take this, which means I'd lose 2 points. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to take... Oh, shoot.
You're going to...
I don't know what I'm going to take.
You're going to take what?
Well, I was going to take this, but then I realized this is still here, which means I'm going to lose a point. But I'll get...
You'll get
2
those
points
back
for doing that, but I'm already down a point from you. So I'm not sure if the better move is to take... I can't take this because I can't play it here. Once you already have a row filled with a color, you've already scored a color, you can't play that color on that same row anymore. So I can't take yellows and play them here.
Okay, right.
So I need to somehow strategize so you're taking those.
Yes. It doesn't matter what you take. I have like good moves for every scenario in the world.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take these.
Are you really?
Just to see how it's going to play out, because that means I can score on this round.
Oh, that wasn't...
And clear the row and play a different color, and it's going to be touching there, which means I'll get more points.
How much of that was hate drafting? Little? Just a pinch?
A little bit.
Just a pinch?
Yep.
So now what did you leave me with?
You can take these 2 flowers, you can take these 2 yellows,
you
or
left
you're
me
welcome
with
to
the
gobbledygoo.
Here's what I see, though. You're about to be stuck with a bunch of negative points. As I take these 2 red ones and fill it in. Free, because you already got the negative point. Now it's your turn, but look what I see. I see that you can't put these... you could put that.
I can take this and play this here.
Well played.
That's about all I can do.
But it's going to be not so good for Crystal.
It's not. I'm going to lose more points.
So here's what I could do. I could do 2 things. I could take these 2 yellow ones here and put them on the board where I'd like, leaving you 3 bum points. Like, there's nowhere to go. Or I could try to take some of these here and try to fill with what I need. So it just so happens that I do need these 2 here, Crystal. So I'm going to put these 2 here. It just so happens. Well, I need this. Well, I guess I could have gone to that side as well.
Which means these go into the discard pile, and I have no choice but to take all 3 of these.
Yes. So I have now struck first with the hate drafting. And then that ending our second round.
Okay, so let's go for scoring.
Here up Schlitz Creek without a paddle. Dale said.
But part of that too was to be able to show you guys how this plays out, different moves that you make and what's going to happen. That's what I had to do, and then I screwed myself. Okay, so I'm going to move this here because that row was full. That gives me 2 points.
Okay, good job.
This row is full, so I'm going to move this here. That gets me 2 points. This one's out of play. When I say out of play, if you're playing with more than 2 players, you will run out of tiles in the bag, or maybe even with 2 players. Yes. Those will come back into play and be able to go back into the bag if you do run out.
Correct.
This row I did not fill, so those stay there again. This row I did fill, so this one scores 2 points.
Dan, you're kind of ticking off there.
These go out of play.
All right.
This goes here for 1 point. These go out of play.
That was a big move for 1 point there. Look at all those tiles.
I'm at 10 points.
Oh my gosh.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8 points down. So now I'm back down to 2. These are all out of play. I lost 8 points.
That was
But I get to go first.
Is that the consolation? All right, I'll move mine here. Give me 2 points. Whoop, whoop. And we have to do them one at a time, and we have to score separately because sometimes I count wrong. I'm putting this one here, which is a good one because now it's butted up against 2. So now I get 1, 2, 3, 4 points out of this.
No.
Right?
No, I think you just get...
Yes.
Oh, we can never remember how to do it.
Yes, I get 1, 2, and then 3, 4 because I'm going up and I'm going across.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
So
so you can score horizontally and vertically if it touches other tiles horizontally and vertically. So that's where you get more points.
That's where you get
That's kind of what I'm hoping is going to happen for me as I move forward now that I've got so much going on here.
Right, because if you get one in here, that's good for you. Here and here,
I'm hoping I can
really
make up those 8 points I lost.
I will put this one
because
here
I have so much on there.
For 1 more point.
And those go
so
out.
These go out of play. And that's the end. I have no negative points or nothing. So I have 11, which is good right now. Because at some point, Crystal does some Tetris move, and it's like, it's crazy.
Charlotte says, so strategy and math. Yes,
Not
a
too
little
much
bit.
math. Adding and subtracting mostly, but math under 10. Math under the number 10, right?
Pretty much.
Like, that's pretty much.
So again, you put 4 tiles on each of the, what do we call them? Factory something?
Gabriel Cast says, hi, hello, happy Wednesday night. Hannah says, I have a game that could be interactive with the audience. It's called House of Danger. Ooh, that sounds fun. We've been doing, like, these simpler board games. I've been slowly showing Crystal more and more board games as time goes on. We have one called Dice Hospital that's been pretty fun. We've been having
that was more fun than I anticipated.
The Dice Hospital?
Yeah.
Once
I
you got
like
the
the
strategy
mechanics
down,
of the game.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan of, like, the storyline, I guess, but it's irrelevant. The mechanics are what you're playing.
Yeah, so I don't know. At some point, if we can get better at explaining these games, not better, but more, like, comfortable at it, maybe we would play that on here. That's a little bit more technical, but not
There's
too much.
There's a lot more going on with that.
It's prettier. Also, this game we were able to flip upside down, so that was good as well.
Yes.
But there's a few of those games over there we've been having such a good time playing lately.
Yes.
All right, so you're up first.
Okay, I'm first because I chose to take this in the last round, so that means I go first. Mm-hmm. I'm instantly drawn to the 3 reds because that's the most you can take in one turn in this layout that we have here. But I don't have anywhere to play 3 reds.
No, and if you play them over here, it's not up against anything.
No, so there's really no advantage to me taking the 3 reds.
All of a sudden, now it's all about trying to score, like, on the corners here, these diagonals.
Yes, so ideally I want to get 1 here. I'm hoping to fill this row this time, which I should be able to do because there's 2 discs that have 1 each.
Yeah, especially if you can fill the row right above it.
Yes. Yeah, so if I can get 2 of the black and blue ones and fill that and then fill that, then I'm going to get a lot of points. Also, if I can do this. So right off the bat, and you also want to look and see what's going to help the other person.
What's going to help them?
That's the hate drafting. What's going to help you? Because if I can use those, then I'll take them so it won't help you. That's hate drafting.
Okay, right. I'm still kind of pretty basic here. I'm pretty basic. It looks like I need to, like, try to score around this area here to get some multipliers.
Right.
All right, so it is up to you.
I'm going to hold off on this row, and I'm going to see if I can get some points here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hold off on getting this because none of these discs have 2 of the black and blue ones, but several of them have 1 of the black and blues. So if I can get that, then I'll get a lot of points for that. So I'm going to take this one because then that leaves the single reds here for me to take later.
Perfect. My turn?
Talon Johnson says, hey, Dan and Crystal. Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, happy Wednesday. We are playing Azul, which has been really fun so far.
So what move are you making, Dan?
Okay, so I was busy paying attention to you, but I am going to go ahead and take those red because that will completely fill up my spot and get me some multipliers at the end of this round.
It will.
That's a smart move for me as far as my knowledge goes. What was that a cat hissing or was that Blake nose blowing?
Could be either.
Damn, the ferocity. I would blow out blood vessels.
I legit thought that was a cat hissing.
Oh my
It's Blake.
gosh. Yeah, it is. Yes. You build your own little kingdom and score points by having resources touching. What is that from? Is that from a different game? Is that from Carcassonne?
So I don't know what she's talking about.
I looked up and I didn't see any more. We've also been playing this other game called Splendor, which has been really fun too.
Yes.
That one's cool. That one's a little bit... Well, I guess we could play that. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm done with my round. I'm happy with what the tiles I picked. And now...
So the red ones are still here. So I'm going to leave those because I'll still have a chance to get one of those even if you take one on the next turn. What I'm going to do here is to take these 2 blue ones because these will play up against this and get me multiple points.
Perfect.
Thanks.
I was talking about the game.
Oh.
So I want one of these red ones because I want to fill this top one in here to get some multipliers, right? And I also want one of these like orangey ones here, which I could probably just get right now. So I'm going to take those 2 to fill in this blank here. This is going to be a high scoring round for me if I can play my cards right and get another one red here if Crystal doesn't try to take all the reds.
Well, I can't really take all the reds on this turn because I can only choose from either here or here.
Which has some pretty good stuff in it, but I don't know if it does for you.
So here's where I need to make a decision. Do I want to allow you to go first next round? Because if I take from here, you're going to have to choose from here, and you get to go first next time. If I take this and choose this red one, then you have to take from here, and I get to go first. I don't see an advantage at this point to me necessarily going first.
I'm absolutely taking a red one, so however you want to choose,
Right.
however you want to choose.
But here's the other advantage or disadvantage that comes along with that.
Right.
If I take this, all 3 of these go into the discard pile, which increases the amount that you can take on one turn. Right? And so instead of 1 of these, there's the option to take 2 of these.
Right.
Instead of 3 of these, there's the option to take 4 of these. Right? Mm-hmm. You're actually looking like you might be a little bit screwed this round, because you've got only 2 that aren't filled, and one of them's a 1.
Oh, Sarah was talking about King Domino, a game that I've heard about from Cyber Husky sent me a link to that game. There's like a 25th anniversary version of that game that just came out, I think. Did you all like King Domino? People really like that. It's a very, very popular one. Yeah, Cyber Husky, yeah, they suggested that game a few weeks ago. I have not played it, but hubby has. It looked fun. I've watched some game through plays from it, but like, I'm like game backed up right now. Like I'm not allowed to buy any more games. So I have to wait and pick and choose my next game. It was gonna be King Dominoes or Carcassonne. Looked kind of cool. Was gonna be the next few ones that I was looking at.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take from here because
Right.
I already lost a ton of points. I don't want to lose any more points. So these are gonna go here. I'm gonna finish off this row. So now your choice, you have no choice but to take this on your turn, because you have to take from the discard pile.
So it'll be my turn first next
Which
time.
one do you want to take?
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to try to get me stuck with these. Which is okay, because I can put them down there, but then I'm stuck with these. Okay, so I am kind of stuck to some degree.
A little bit.
Alright, then I'm just going to take my red one right now. And then it's your turn, and then I'll just kind of see how... I can fight one more battle, but I think I'm in trouble.
It depends on where this goes. So, I can take any of these, except that I can't play the blue or the yellow on this row, because I've already got them on this row.
Okay.
So I would have to play those on the bottom.
Right.
The blue would be advantageous to me to put here, because then I'd multiply my score, but then I'm only playing 1, so I've got to hope to get 4
But
of them
then you're
on my next
leaving me
round.
with more negative points.
I am leaving you with more negative points, which works to my advantage.
Because I'm in trouble here.
Yes.
I just saw that.
I can't play these on the bottom row because I already have that here. I'm actually going to take these. And I think I'm going to put them on my bottom row because I think I have a pretty good chance next round of being able to get 2 of them. I'm not going to be able to score anything on either of those this time, so I'm going to have to put something there that's going to carry over to the next round. And then that'll get me multipliers in there. So I'm going to take those. What are you going to take?
Well, I mean...
No matter what happens, you're going to have some negative points this round, and I'm not.
I'm trying to figure out a way to, like, give you negative points.
There's no way to
There
give you
is
negative.
absolutely, because if I take this one blue and stick it here, and then you're stuck taking one of these two...
That's not going to give me negative points.
Yeah, because you can't
No,
put...
I'll play these here. The only way you give me negative points is if you take these. But then I'm going to take that and just have 1 negative point, and you're going to be stuck with these and have more negative points than I am. So, hate draft or...
But now do I put... I'm just going to put them all down here. Darn.
Are you?
I don't know, because that really hurts me next round when I have to fill in a lot of these for points that aren't even touching.
Right.
But I'm trying to minimize negative points right now, because I got a
Fair
good thing
enough.
going up here. Oh my gosh.
Final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay. I can't take this one because I can't play it on this row, which is the only row I have open. So it would be a negative point for me. So obviously I'm going to take these.
Wow, I minimized
and play
damage
them.
right there. I thought
did.
I was prepared to have some big negative points going on right there. OMG. Oh my gosh.
right.
Decisions. You're right.
Yeah, and you'll sit here and strategize, and as you play more, like you play the game more often, you start to see the different layers, and you sit there longer and looking at the other player's board trying to figure out, like, oh, what's the best move, and
that
sometimes
was
you still
hard.
screw yourself.
That was hard.
So let's see if I can make up for the 8 points that I lost last round.
Right.
First I score this, because that row is completely full.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3 horizontally,
Uh-huh.
1, 2 vertically. So that's 5 points I get there.
Wow. You're catching up to me.
I am. This one's full, so I also get to score here.
Again?
That gives me 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Another 5 points. I've now made up the points I lost.
Oh my gosh.
1, 2, 3,
You
4,
shouldn't
5.
But
This row is also full. So I get to play this here. And that gives me 2 points.
I got off lucky on that one. I got off lucky on
These
that.
2 rows I didn't fill, so those sit there for next round.
That could have been way worse.
Talon Johnson says, Dan, you're going to lose.
Talon, that is not necessarily true. I could be the best around and nothing's going to keep me down. But you don't know. We enjoy it, meaning King Dominoes. We got an expansions Queen Dominoes for Christmas, but haven't had enough players to play it. All our games have to be 2-player focused.
Yeah, Blake doesn't want to hang out with us.
No,
and nobody comes over.
Yeah, right. So we play 2-player games. So as long as it's 2-player,
you got Catan, and we actually have to take it back.
We're gonna trade it.
We can't play it.
Catan. It's still sealed and it doesn't work 2 players. So we're gonna trade it in for something good. But that's like we get 1 free really good game for that.
Yeah, that was not cheap.
So that was not yes.
KK says Dan is trying to outsmart Crystal.
Always. You can get Catan rivals. Yes, we can get the Catan rivals, which would be more suited for us. And like I said, we've been going for more 2-player focused styled games. Oh, we could play Catan online, but no one plays. I have it for the Switch, and poor Jess has been trying to get us to play forever on it.
First I heard of it.
Oh yeah, you haven't heard of it.
Linda Roberts with the super chat. Thank you so much for the support, friend. Says this is fun, guys. Should make it a regular thing.
Yeah, is it?
If you guys are enjoying it, we have several more games we can show you for sure.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Let us know in the chat if you're enjoying this or no. I need some honesty because we'll either schedule this again or we'll schedule something else. I think this is fun. All right, I'm gonna score some points right here. I have this red one here giving me 1, 2, 3 points. 2, 2, 2. And this yellow one that's super pretty that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Boop, 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 boop.
You have to watch Dan when he scores,
Goodbye,
by the
Crystal.
way. He doesn't count very well.
I have to watch Dan when I score because sometimes it'll get tricky. All right, so I get to put this red one here, giving me 3 points. I'm on the second row. Where are you at?
I'm still at 14.
And this lonely 1 point here.
No. You only had 4.
Oh, did I have 4? Okay.
Yep, try again.
Sorry.
See, this is why you have to watch Dan. I always tell him I have to play 2 games. My game and watching Dan play his game.
She's not wrong. What did I do the other day? I was skipping over pieces and I didn't mean I was counting only empty spots.
Yeah, when we play backgammon and say he's got to move 4 pieces or 4 spots and 2 of those spots have my guys on them, he won't count those. He'll just skip right over.
It was hard when we were playing the patchwork game because there's so much stuff going on the board that sometimes I'm just in the next row. Yes. I don't mean to. Okay, so I have 24. I have 22 points right now.
Nice, you're doing well.
And that clears off the board.
Maybe you're not going to lose.
What's going on in the
Athena says, I'm loving it. Do it more often. Okay. My Last Weekend Adventure says, this is fun to watch, even though I'm still lost, but
it's
all
okay.
good.
It's okay to be lost. Okay. Key Domino has option rules for 2 players to make it more challenging. Well, I don't want it more challenging. I want it the same challenging, just 2 players. I have seen Dan try to do math for Yahtzee. It's just sometimes I try. So
you didn't take away your points, Dan.
Oh yes, I lose 2 points and I get to go first, and I will go back 1, 2, 2. Nobody caught me on that.
I did.
Good job. Yes, and I don't mean to try to do it. I don't try to cheat because all I want to do is play games. This is fun. I don't want to I don't care if I win. I just want to play. But sometimes I count wrong, or I skip wrong, or Hannah enjoyed 420. Happy 420, everybody! If that's your jam.
Charlotte says, what is Backgammon? It's another game. That's actually an older game. I used to play that as a kid with my mom. Mm-hmm. It's just a dice rolling, move your pieces around and try to get them all home around the board. We may show you that at some point. There's not a lot of mechanics to that.
Right.
It's a really
Go
basic
ask your grandma.
game. Yeah, your grandma probably knows how to play.
Go ask your grandma.
It's really basic.
Okay, so I get to go first on this time.
So here's where our rows are starting to get filled up. So remember, the game ends when somebody fills a horizontal row. So this is where we need to start to think about, do we want to fill a horizontal row and end the game? Dan's ahead. Does he want to hurry up and end the game so he can win? Or do we want to try to drag the game out a little bit more?
You'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll see how it goes.
All right, so I'm in a little bit of a predicament right here because I have some spots to fill. These 3 reds are beautiful, but I already filled in 3 reds and I can't put them anywhere else.
Again, wherever you have the most tiles on the factories here, that's where you're drawn to. 3 reds. But that's not an advantage for either of us. Neither of us wants those 3 reds.
Right.
Oh, one of us is going to get screwed.
Oh, I haven't.
See,
you're so much smarter than I am that, I have no idea.
Let me show you how we're going to get screwed.
I don't know if that's... Okay.
Both of us have colors on our 4 and 5 rows.
Right.
So we can't play the reds there. Both of us have red on our 1, 2, and 3 rows. There's 6 red tiles there.
So somebody's going to get stuck with...
Somebody's going to lose a lot of points.
There's 7 red tiles there, but...
Oh, there are 7.
There are 7 red
Look
tiles.
at you counting right.
So then who cares? We'll see which one of us gets.
One of us is getting screwed.
One of us is getting screwed. Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 yellow and red tiles here to fill in this row here in hopes that I can get one of these 2.
Nice.
So immediately the reds are just getting dumped.
Yeah, nobody wants the reds. I'm going to take these 2 black and blue ones and play them here because that's going to score me a lot of points there.
I could if I had grandmas and grandparents. I'm grandparentless. No, just go to the home. To the granny factory where they're all living and hanging out playing bingo and stuff like that, and you can ask them. I want to play Risk. I've only played Risk in like an iPhone version, and it was only like dots on the screen that you were trying to do for Risk. But I had never played Risk. I played Clue, and Clue was okay, but we need more people for Clue. And I think we probably need more people for
Clue?
For Risk.
I hate Clue.
The one that we had Simpsons Clue.
It is all right when you have more people, but it's
It's dumb. It's like Crystal did it in the kitchen with the attitude.
usually.
That's yes. My favorite is Chinese checkers. I loved it as a kid. Yeah, my great grandma played with me with that. She was so old and we played Chinese checker. I didn't know what I was doing. I would just move. Until she said okay.
PJ wants to know how possible is y'all doing Scrabble. So I prefer upwards to Scrabble, which is pretty much the same thing. If you don't know what it is, you build on top instead of outward, like the board is smaller and you can stack the letters.
Right.
We played it once and you put up a good fight. Dan's not the best with words.
No. When I get the Wordle, I am dancing around like Tom Cruise in Risky Business or on Oprah's couch. It's a big deal. Right. I want a parade. I want my favorite meal. Praise. So I had an idea, since Crystal's so smart with words, that I would set the game up versus Crystal. So you would see, Crystal wouldn't see the screen that you're seeing now, and you would be able to see all my letters, and you would help me battle Crystal.
That doesn't seem fair to me at all.
Crystal feels like you guys would just come up with the words and kick her butt. But
yeah, with so many people playing? Have you seen the power of the internet? That doesn't seem fair to me.
I thought that would be cool. But we could play Scrabble. The problem is sometimes I sit there and I just can't figure out an obvious word.
Yes.
And that might hurt you guys. That might hurt you guys.
It's a little painful to watch.
Okay, so that's fair.
It's not.
That's fair.
All right, it is your turn.
Okay. So we're dumping reds. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump the 3 reds over here to see who gets it next. And I'm taking this up, so at least I have a point there. This is going to be bad.
It is going to be very bad.
This is going to be really bad. I'll just make a line here to start the lines of reds. Since
the painful line?
The painful lines of reds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Dan. That's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points down. All right, I'm going to take this one because, again, that's going to score me multipliers here.
Okay.
Oh,
ouch. This isn't good. Cyber Husky says, hubby really likes games and tries to get me... I lost it. And tries to get me to play, but can be aggressive when playing since he understands them better than me. I like cooperative games better, less feeling like I'm getting beat up. So there's a couple games that I want to play, but it's just going to be a beat 'em up for Crystal. So I've been slowly working her into this stuff. And as we understand mechanics and stuff like that and level up, then it's not so bad. So maybe you just start something easy. But eventually I want to play like Dice Throne or Tales of Burgundy, which is going to be a little bit more like head-on-ish.
Right.
But I have to like get you going because like they look easy, fun. And even with the game that we have, Splendor, that Cyber Husky sent us, you looked at that box and you were like, ugh.
The game art did not appeal to me at all. Like, looking at the box art, it didn't look like something I wanted to play.
It didn't want to play at all, right.
No.
But it's all about the mechanics.
Yes, I like the mechanics.
Yes.
Dice Hospital, same thing. I was like, ugh. And then we opened it up, and there's so many moving parts to the game as far as, like, different things you have to strategize for that I was really turned off by it. But then we played it, and I'm like, well, that was kind of fun.
It was great.
I like the mechanics of the game. And 3 games in, I closed down the hospital. I was done.
That was a good one. That was good. So baby steps. On baby steps before we play Dice Throne or we play, like Game of Thrones on here. But once I get her hooked on every one of these mechanics, because we've been playing this other game called Patchwork lately, and it's got a lot of it's a Tetris type game, a Tetromino,
yes.
right, where you're drafting pieces and you're trying to fill up your board with like Tetris shaped pieces and stuff, and we're gonna need that to play Cities later. Or like Jess says, Pandemic is fun. You can play it with 2 players. So when we go to a Target or like a Walmart, Pandemic's on the shelf, Carcassone's on the shelf, Ticket to Ride's on the shelf. The game that I'm thinking about, Catan's on the shelf. So yeah, so I imagine that Pandemic is good because it's always stocked on the shelves that are there, and you can play 2 players as long as we could play 2 players. Cyber Husky says yes. Well, we like Pandemic. A lot of people, it's really high up on their list. Pandemic. Yeah. Yes. Hi, Penelope Garcia. You're just in time to watch me make a move. I think it's my turn.
It is your turn.
So I am stuck. I can grab these 2 and score a point right here, which is what I'm going to have to do because there is no red. So I'm going to do that. And now it's going to be some sort of back and forth until one of us gets the red. And I'm still not smart enough to figure out if it's you or I yet.
I am.
So I'm still curious which one of us is going to get all the reds.
Okay, so no matter what I take, I have to take this.
Okay. Minuscule compared to this. Also, I just looked and I don't think I can take much of these pieces. Pandemic is a cooperative game where you have to save the world from a pandemic. It's a board game. Yes, I've seen what it looks like, and it gets great reviews. Is it all cooperative? That's kind of cool. We don't have any cooperative games, do we?
No, where we're playing on the same team.
Right.
No, it's a battle every time. I like playing a battle.
Yeah, me too.
I like me versus you.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and this game is basic enough. And some of the games that we play are basic enough that yes, we can watch TV doing it, or we'll play like Farkle or Yahtzee or something like that, or modified versions of that.
Okay, so my only choices are this row, this row, this row.
Uh-huh.
I could take the 1 to play here, the 1 to play here. Neither of those are going to score me anything for this round. I could take any of these to play here, which again won't score me anything on this round. So it really doesn't matter what I take. But then I look over at what you have going on here, and I want to try to see what I can block you on. And I think the best move... Okay, so I'm stuck between these 2. These 2 will work for me to play. I'm stuck between these 2 because if you take this, you can play it here and you'll score.
I just did the math in my head. You're in trouble.
If I take these... If I leave these 2, you can play them here and you'll score multipliers.
Well, yeah, eventually I'll get my blues there anyway.
Yeah.
You just need to figure out a way to not get stuck with those reds.
I don't think there's a way for that to happen.
I don't think so as well.
So I'm going to leave these 2 because I can fill this and still have the opportunity to take either of these.
I think the only thing I'm going to take is this yellow one to put on a line here, over here, which will actually get me a point. Ugh. A point here. That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to take this because you can't play this here or here, which are your only 2 choices.
So I'll put it down here.
At least I get you some negative points.
Yes, but Crystal, there's not even more negative points.
Yeah, what do I do when I fill up more than the negatives that are there?
We've never had this problem playing this game, ever.
Let's do it. There's 7 spots here. Let's put these 7 here, and then this tile will get me 1 more off. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's not good for you. Justin's 100% co-op. You play together. We weren't sure we were going to like it, but holy hell, it's really fun.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, let's see how bad this goes. So I have to take 15 points off. I don't even have 15 points right now. So I'm going to score my points, and then I'll remove my points.
While you do that, Cyber Husky says, we have hundreds of games in our basement. I want to see pictures. I need pictures. You want to sell some?
Okay, I'm going to put this here. That gets me 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
Okay. I feel bad for you a little bit.
I'm going to put this here. That gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That was a good one.
That's out of play.
That's all I can do. I have to learn when I play board games to be like, screw you. Like, ha ha.
You didn't have siblings. You don't know how to do that.
I feel bad for Crystal because she's going to be negative. I can let you borrow
No thanks. I'm good. Okay, so now I have to remove 15 points from my 26. So that takes me back down to 11. But I get to go first next time. Oh, yay. At least most of the red ones are out of play.
So how much negatives was that?
15.
Ouch.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus that is 15.
At least you get to go first.
Yeah,
And we're almost out of
there's
tiles. Do you want to put all the tiles back in there?
Not until we use these up.
Okay.
That's what the instructions say. Okay, so now you need to score.
Ah, okay, yes, it is my scoring. So I'm scoring 1 up here for 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pew. Then I'm filling this one in. It's not touching anything else, so 1 point. That'll bring me up to 25. This one will touch... Oh, this was a good one for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, go Dan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like when like things happen in my favor and I don't realize it, which is a lot. One more. And then -1. So I have 31 points. This is the furthest in the lead.
All of these go out of play because you scored those.
That I've ever been in this game. And I have a clear board right now, so that gives me a pretty good leg up on being able to put stuff. Oh, nice. That's the second time ever I think we've ever had that. Where all 4 of them are the same. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can get you picks. Yeah, I want to see your games. I do see Gloomhaven at the Walmart. It's a big old like box. It looks like a D&D style game. I love how Dan pumps himself up. I just get excited when I did the thing. Like I board gamed. And I got multipliers. That's rad. If I get a blue one, then I can get 7 points down here. I like that.
So now our bag is empty. These tiles can go back in here for if we have another round. Now, if Dan chooses a blue here or a blue here for scoring, the game is over. If I choose a blue here, the game is over. If we finish a horizontal row, the game ends. I like to try to drag it out as much as I can, especially because I'm so far behind. So I need to get some points here. I need to try to finish out some of these, which it's not looking good for me, and it's looking really good for you.
Here's what the deal is. No matter what I do, like this finishes the game, and this finishes the game, and this finishes the game. And there's lots of blues out there. So even if I try to help you out and put stuff elsewhere, like either nothing just goes in 3 of these spots, or the game's going to end this round.
Yes.
So, which is, I need to put you out of your misery.
It's pretty bad. I've never lost this game this badly.
You've never lost this game this bad. You win.
Those reds screwed us.
When we play games... we play almost every night. It's good for us. Like, I put down my phone, like, I check out for a little bit, we play some games. Crystal wins probably 80% of the time.
We were keeping a running score, and then we just got lazy with it. We should start doing that again. But I definitely win more often than you do. I see Gina wants to know why you took those pieces off the board. Yes. Can I have 4 of your yellows?
They keep popping out of my hand.
Okay, so on that last round, Dan filled this row completely. When you score, you only score on the rows that are filled completely. So scoring, you move this here, you get your points. Anything else on that row is now out of play. Those are done, you clear the row, so now on the next round, you can put a different color there.
Right. That one was already there? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Before. Okay.
Yeah, you had scored the yellow.
Yes, that's why. Otherwise, Crystal stayed because hers, as you can see, were not filled up.
Right. So I want to try to avoid filling here, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it.
You're just out of luck because I have to fill some blues, and there's lots of blues out there. What do you think of this game, everybody? Are you digging this game? It is a lot of fun. It's simple or hard. It's love or hate, that's for sure. As far as like being nice to the person you're playing against.
I'm gonna take this blue one. So now I've finished that row, and I'll get to score on that row.
That'll be good. Oh. Okay, I'll take these 3 blue. My theme's going to be blue, because I'm going to start filling up some of these blue spaces here to try to get some multipliers.
I'm going to take this single black one, so I can finish out that row.
And that'll get you points?
That'll get me some points.
Well, shoot, I changed my mind. Now I want 3... I know I want those 3 black ones here. Is there any more? There's 5 there. Okay. But then that would leave me with 2 blue, which is fine. Okay. Oh, wait. There's a free score. Oh, look it. But if I score here, where's that going to go? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's going to go here. That's a little bit of a multiplier. I'll take that. Okay.
Thema says, I'm catching the gist of it. Yeah, it's not that complicated. It's definitely easier to catch on to if you play a round of it. But as you watch us play, I think it gets a little bit easier.
The worst thing about board game night at Jess's house is I spend 80% of the time playing learning the game, and then we're on to another game. But I've almost got the top 5 down that we play, so I can show up and we can get into it faster. But some of the times, you're hanging out there, and you're just trying to figure out dynamics more than strategy. Am I playing the game right before anything else?
Husky Mom Bronico says, yes, already added it to the cart. Hannah says, I like it. If money was no option, this game would be bought by me tonight. Add it to your Amazon wishlist for your birthday or Christmas.
It is fun. You can play some of these board games that don't have to be adventure style, and it still can bring a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the strategy of this one.
I am a D&D, World of Warcraft, Game of Thrones. I want swords and shields and rolling dice and Dungeons and Dragoning. And I want it. I'll get Crystal there eventually. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. I'll get you to some sort of battle eventually. This is still satisfying my thirst of like wanting to roll dice and play games. This one has no dice, but a lot of the ones we do have it. So you don't always have to. You don't always have to get like a war battle game to have fun. Like
I'm not really into that type of game.
No,
I may end up playing them for you. Look, you play Backgammon for me,
and I liked it. I used to not like it. I didn't. You know what it is? It's about finding the right game mechanics. If the game mechanics is fun, then that's what makes the game. There's only, like, when you go to, like, these boardgame.com places, because I'm learning all this stuff, right? There's lots of lingos and lots of themes, lots of, like, this is a drafting game, this is a blind bag game, this is a dice rolling game, this is a card battle game. So there's a bunch of different dynamics that get repackaged into different things. Take that one game that we were talking about, Splendor. Like, it's set like in like Aladdin times, and you're trading gems, but it's the game mechanics that make the game fun.
Yes,
it's not like, again, oh my gosh, I like Aladdin cards.
I looked at that box and I looked at the pieces and I was like, there's nothing about this that appeals to me, but the gameplay does appeal to me. I do like the gameplay.
I'm trying to get Crystal to like gameplays and then find games that are themed around these gameplays that I like, and that's where we'll find something in common. Yes. Okay. Tabletop Simulator. That's a good one, too. The only reason why don't you do Tabletop Simulator, which looks amazing. Oh, my gosh. They have every single game on there, and you're dragging a little piece and setting it down. It's really super neat and beautiful. I want off of the screen. I love this is 3D. This is beautiful. This is stuff. I'm trying to get, like, away from the screen. But, oh, my gosh, Tabletop Simulator is so cool.
Yeah, if you don't have anybody to play with you, you can play on there.
It's so beautiful, and the games are so detailed, and like every game's there, and it's like $5, and then you get the games, and you're dragging and dropping and moving the stuff around. Super, super, super cool. I'm just trying to get away from like staring at the screen.
Right.
Okay,
I'm gonna be screwed this round no matter what. I'm losing. I can see it a mile away. I could see it last round. There's no way I'm gonna win. I'm gonna take this, lose a point, but I'm going to take these and at least be able to get some points there.
Okay. What are you at? 6-11? So you're a little ways away, huh?
I'm losing so bad. I've never lost this badly.
Well, I'm not going to be in the best of shape either.
Yeah, but you've got a lot more points to lose.
What gets me more points?
There's no way the game doesn't end this round. Right?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because you could take those blues. If you take those blues from me,
where am I going to put them?
In the negative pile.
That's a dumb move.
Well, I mean, that's the only way to not end the game. Otherwise, I will take the 2 blues and put one here. And the game will
put one where? Where are you going to put the blues?
I'll put the 2 blues right here.
And the game's going to be over.
And the game's going to be
over.
Or
I take the blues and put one here and end the game.
Right.
Because I can't play these. Because I can't play them on this row. And I couldn't play them on this row. So that's out. I can't take this because I can't play it on either of these rows. I can't take the red because I can't play them on either of these rows. So my only move is this. So I either do this and end the game, or I just lose more points. I might as well just end the game.
Okay.
Agreed?
Mm-hmm. My turn?
Yeah.
You really, handicapped me with points there.
How?
Because I can't, I was going to fill in a blue. I was going to get some, big multipliers.
No multipliers.
Yeah. So I'm going to take those, so at least I get a point, and I don't know what to do. It
doesn't matter what I take. Neither of us can play either of these. So.
Okay, so we each get a negative point there.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so the game is now...
Because this row is now finished, there's a horizontal row finished, game is over. So we obviously finished out the round, and now we do our scoring. So I got a horizontal row. That means I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Plus for getting a horizontal row, I get 2 more points. So
Good job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I finished this row, so these come out of play. One of them goes here on the board. That gets me 1, 2, 3.
You're catching me?
Yeah. 1. And this row was filled, so that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4. And I lose 2, 3, 4 points.
Ouch.
So I ended the game with 22 points.
Okay. All right. So I'll move my blue one over here, which will get me 3 points. 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. This blue one goes over here. Oh, this was gonna get me a bunch of points too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. Go Dan. This might almost be my high score. And then I got one here. I got a mega thing. I did a mega thing. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Plus I get 7 for completing the row.
Yes.
So that's 12, 4, 13.
No.
What was the original score? 7,
5 plus
8,
7.
9, 10, 11, 12. And
Nice.
then I lose 1. So I got
what'd you end up with?
54 points.
Nice. 54 to 22.
To 22.
You whooped me.
Right.
Those red ones screwed me.
Those
that
red ones.
15 points just wiped me out.
What would you have had if you had 15 more points than that?
22 plus 15 would be 37. I
37.
still wouldn't have won, but that really hurt.
I got the row filled it in worked. And that would have ended the game as well.
No, vertical doesn't. Only horizontal.
Oh, you're right. Only horizontal. Yes. Did you score any like all colors? A 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you were close.
I was close. But
You were
no.
close. You were close.
So
And,
if I had gotten a blue here, I would have also gotten 10 bonus points for getting all 5 of the blues. But
right.
I did not strategize in that way this time.
And there you go. That is Azul.
Yeah,
That is a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we've been playing this a while. The back of the board is blank. So you
Yeah, we
don't... The back of the board is blank, so you don't have to... You just flip yours over, I guess.
Pick it up.
So the back of the board is blank. So how you would play this one here is you have to follow the same rules as far as you can't have, like... You can't have the same colors in the same rows. Not columns. Rows. No, rows and columns.
They can't. The same colors can't be touching
Right. Right.
horizontally or vertically.
But you have your choice of where you would like to put it.
Right.
There's
a little more freedom there.
There is an add-on to this game that I believe comes with... I don't remember. It comes with more boards or something like that. But it comes with this plastic piece that goes over here that has like divots and it's raised up. So like each one of these sits in its actual mold. And it came with something else as well. And I don't remember what it was. I don't remember if it was a couple more boards for like multiple players. But then it would have to come with more of these.
Right.
But I know there is an add-on that comes with something. Oh, shoot. I don't remember what it is. But it comes with like a plastic piece to go over it. But we don't have any of the add-ons or anything to any of our games yet. And I do notice like on their website, you can get like special tokens and stuff. Apparently to play on this side of the board. You know, you can get like a 10-pack of like a purple or a pink or something like that off of their website and stuff
this
like
game's
that.
still new enough to us. We're having fun with it just the way it is, but it's nice that there's options if you get bored with it to kind of expand it or change it up a little bit.
Right. PJ says, every Dan has his day. I did, and I think today's mine. It is.
It is.
Brittany says, I'm going to play my favorite board game, a Mario Party Superstar. That works as well.
KK wants to know if you ever played Ludo. They play it on the Switch with friends.
I have not.
They said it's a lot like Sorry.
Ludo. Oh, okay. No, I'll have to check it out. I have not played that. I have not played that game yet. We've been mostly playing our games on the board game. Like, we've mostly been playing board games.
Yes.
So we have two options. We either can play one more round and speed it up faster at 7:22, or we can talk and hang out for a little bit. We can show off some of our other board games that we have. Like, not playing them, but we can, like, show...
Let's point out, this took us almost an hour and a half. Normal gameplay for this game is about a half an hour.
About a half an hour.
Yeah, when the two of us play, it's about a half an hour.
Yes, and when we play, though, if we just went back and forth and picked it, it'd go fast. But we explain stuff, we talk to the chat and stuff like that. Yes, it goes by fast. Also, we'll play this game while we're doing other stuff as well. You know, it's your turn, my turn. You know, we'll pick a draft thing. We'll do something else, like we'll watch TV or we're talking or yapping or something like. Oh, sorry.
No better.
Cyber Husky was texting me. So sometimes it will drag a little longer, but yeah, 30 minutes you could be in and out on one of these games with 2 players.
Right.
Not a problem. 4 players, 3, 4 players. I don't know because we don't know 3, 4 players.
We've done it twice.
We don't know.
That's it.
Right. Yes.
Hilo the Husky says, play another game. I love this game, please. Play another game, please. I love this game. Hannah wants us to just talk and hang out. Chris the Animal Lover says this was fun. Yeah, let us know if you guys like this. Do you want us to do more board game nights? Because there's some stuff that we do, like, we did the Would You Rather, and I felt like it didn't play out very well.
That didn't work.
I don't think we're going to do a Would You Rather episode again, but...
As long as it's interactive enough, because everybody that shows up is used to either playing at home or calling in.
Yeah, we like
for,
to have
the baking
interactive
show.
stuff, but...
This is not interactive.
You know, if we did this, like, once a month, is this something you guys would be into? To see the other games that we have?
Right.
And we can, grab them right now and show you guys what we have, just not really go over it.
Yeah, maybe we can pick one for next time. I can grab a couple of the more modern board games, and we can pick some for next time. But I do like this. I do like this one. It's so beautiful.
Setup's quick, gameplay's quick.
Yes. Yeah, you can teach anybody really quick to do that. That's the biggest problem, is trying to have people play games and not be intimidated by gameplay. Is not be intimidated by gameplay, because it's really easy to throw a bunch of rules. Because even when I go out into Michigan and we're playing, and there's a bunch of us there, so, there's like 6 of us and we're playing games, it's overwhelming to the point of like, I'm probably not gonna compete that well because I'm trying to figure out the games. So games like these and some of the games that we have do not overload you with so much logistics that you're not having fun.
Right.
And that's what we want to get away from.
It's a quick in and out with new players.
Yes. And check out Plan B Games. That's what it's from. Plan B Games. And you can see in here some of the games by this company. There's Azul, which I have here. And then there's this one's called A Breezy Summer Day, and you can see that it's sort of like Azul to the point where you're still placing stuff. It's on the bottom of the page there in the corner. But those ones you're making like little flowery patterns or something like that, right? Same with these ones up here. This one's called the glass of...
Stained glass of Sintra?
Yes, and these ones have like stained glass pieces on them and stuff like that. So there's a few different versions of this game. There's a couple different things, like there's this game called Reef where you're getting pieces of the reef, and it's the same thing where you're stacking and doing stuff. So all their games are similar in the fact of drafting and placing. It's just how you want it packaged. Ooh, then it's getting some like cool games that I like. Yeah, so check out Plan B Games. It's a very popular company. It's a very popular company that makes a lot of these really popular board games. Like I said, this thing's at Target. Like I found this at Target. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a couple of the other games that we've been playing, and we can talk about it, and maybe we can pick something for next month if we had no haters. We had no players.
And I think most everybody kind of figured out what we were doing by the end. It kind of made more sense.
Yeah, as long as we can keep it simple for everybody else to follow, then we can do it. Just as I win at Catan. Were you playing online? She was. I was playing while watching. Yeah, I'll ask feedback from Jess if this was.
Hannah votes more board game nights.
Okay.
Hilo the Husky suggesting Battleship or Sorry. We do have both of those. That's an option. Hannah also votes for board games on the Switch instead of Mario Kart sometime. We can definitely look into that. We don't know much about what's available, but we can look into that. Michelle says, I love this game and would be interested in learning of others. Awesome. We do have a handful we can show you. Hilo the Husky is thinking of getting it. Azul is a lot of fun. And again, it's a good 2-player game.
Right.
Sarah says, just wait until I get my Switch.
I'll show you guys some stuff, and some stuff that we've been doing that you can play for free at home if you have dice.
Yes.
Some of these games we've printed out stuff, and we'll get to that in a minute. We've done some printouts and stuff, and we're able to play some of these games at home. Let's see. Start with Patchwork.
Yeah.
Patchwork.
This one I've really been loving.
This might be your favorite game.
This is my go-to. It's got it's sort of Tetramino-ish. Different pieces that kind of have to fit together. So I gotta just dump it out. She's been running laps the whole time. I don't know what her deal is. She's like nervous or something. So each player gets a board, and basically the point of the game is to try to get all your pieces on here and cover up as many squares as you can by the time the game ends. And you just kind of fit things in wherever you can. You have to kind of strategize so you have as many squares covered as possible. You also, in the gameplay, get these little single ones to fill in the ones that you wouldn't be able to fill in otherwise. And basically, you put them all... I don't want to get too into it in case we decide to show you this. But
this is probably going to be the one we're going to play next.
So you put these all around the board, and you move around the board based on which one you take. So if you took this one, if you took this one, you spend one of your buttons. The buttons are currency. You spend one button and you move 2 spaces on the board.
Right. Then you would place your
Yeah, I showed them that already.
pieces on. Oh, you showed them on the
Yeah.
overhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. This one is insanely fun. It's that's it. That's the rules. That's it. So simple.
There's a little more like subtle things.
You
to
get
it.
these
You
little
earning
patches,
more
right?
Buttons
you
and
get
stuff.
You get these little patches because you're gonna end up, with corners that you can't fill in. That helps.
Yes.
It's very cute.
It is
A very cute
I
game.
Like it.
Super simple little wood things to
I
go
like
to the next one.
the Tetris type strategy of trying to fit in your pieces and fill as many squares as you can. Just based on, so each turn, you're only able to choose from the next 3 pieces ahead of where the marker is.
Yes.
So if I needed this, I can't get this. My choices are these 3. So, once you get all filled up, say we're here, like, oh, I can't put this one anywhere, so I can't take this one, or I don't have enough buttons to buy this one. And so you just have to try to get whatever you can to fill there, and you lose points for every empty square.
Right.
So,
but whatever, the first person to get a 7x7 square will get 7 buttons.
yes, if you fill 7x7 on your board.
So there is a lot of strategy here.
There's a lot
There's
of
a lot of strategy.
a lot of modes of
Yes.
strategy, basically.
This is very strategic, but it's a very cool, cute, tiny little 2-player game you can take anywhere.
Yeah, it goes pretty quick. Again, this one's another one's about half an hour.
I think this one is going to be the one we'll probably play next because we're still learning how to do this, and we know the rules good. We know it plays simple. It's simple for you. There's 2 rules. That's it. There's there's the same amount of rules as the last game. Hardly any at all.
But a lot of strategy that can be played, to varying levels. This one I do win a lot.
Yeah.
I do pretty well.
You do.
with this
You
one.
win almost every time because you're like really good at Tetris.
I'm several steps ahead. Like trying to think about, okay, when you get there, what am I going to be able to take after that?
And this one is called Patchwork.
This one was only like $25, I think, on Amazon.
This game is a lot. This game is old. This is an old game. It's been around for a long time.
Is it?
But it's super simple, super tiny. You can take it and play it with as much strategy as you want. Sometimes we'll have a show on the background, and it's like, "Oh, it's your turn." Then, "Hey, Dan, it's your turn." And then
this one is only 2 players.
This is
there's only
2
boards.
It was only designed for 2 players. You should play Clue or Trivial Pursuit. No, we want to play more like funky modern games that you've never seen before. Okay, I say before we show another game, let's show some of this stuff that we have here. So some of the stuff we have here are games that you can print out yourself.
Let's start with the simplest. So if you have 6 dice and a printer, you can play Farkle. You can buy this at the store as well.
Right, which it comes with the 6 dice and the score sheet.
Yes.
But there's plenty of free Farkle printouts.
Absolutely.
There.
This is very, very similar to Yahtzee, but you roll 6 dice. You set aside the ones you're going to play, and then you roll the remaining ones. If you don't get anything, you can play off those remaining ones. That's called a Farkle. You lose your turn. Your turn's over, and you don't score any points.
It's super, like, gamble-ish.
It is. You gamble a lot with this.
Right.
One more. It's 6.
Is it 6?
It is 6.
Yeah.
So if you've got 6 dice around your house...
And if you don't like how Yahtzee corners you, because you're never cornered, you
Right,
just gamble and lose.
You can always do something. You don't
Right.
even necessarily have to have a printer. You can pull up the scoring here on your phone.
Yeah, right on your phone.
Or write it down or something, and then just score yourself. So
Right.
the first one to 10,000 points is the winner. Right? Was it 10? Yeah, 10,000.
Yes.
So on your turn, say you roll this. Your options for scoring is if you get a 5 or a 1, you get 5 or 50 or 100 points for each 5 or 1. So right here, if I played what... Sorry, I have hiccups. If I played what I rolled here, I've got 4 2s. That's 4 of a kind. That gets me 1,000 points. Plus a 5 gets me another 50 points.
So what's your option with this 6 die then?
So your option here is you can re-roll this.
Right.
But if you don't get a 2, a 1, or a 5, you get no points at all.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to gamble. Because if I can get another 2, then I can turn that up to 5 of a kind, which gets me 2,000 points.
I would not gamble on
So
that.
no, but sometimes you have to
But
when you
if
start
you did-
adding up the points.
If you're so far behind, you might as well
Right.
gamble.
And you got...
I got a 2.
A 2.
So that would give me
Yes.
2,050
Or
points.
what happens if you'd have rolled like a 6
If it was
again?
a 6, a 3, or a 4, I get no
You get
points
no
that
points.
turn.
Yes,
That's
so you're
it.
not just add that. You could add the 2? Wait,
I don't know what you're asking. You don't add up the twos. I have 4 of a kind here. So 4, it's like Yahtzee, but the scoring's different. If you get 3 ones, you get 1,000 points. If you get 3 twos, you get 200. 3 threes, 300. 3 fours, 400. 3 fives, 500. 3 sixes, 600.
Okay.
If you manage to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you get 1,500 points.
Which none of us have gotten yet.
No, not yet. I thought you had to get the 5 of a kind in the roll. No, not in one roll. You re-roll anything that you're not scoring that turn.
Right, and then the game comes into play of like, do you score your points, or if you're that far behind, do you roll to try to get something better to catch up?
Yeah, I would have, no matter what, I would have taken that 1,050 because I would not have taken the chance to get a 1, a 5, or a 2.
But it happens all the times. Like sometimes I gamble too much in the beginning, and you're so far ahead
that you can't catch up. But then occasionally you end up with 3 pairs and you get 1,500 points.
And it's exciting. What I like about this different than Yahtzee is you're never done. You can roll and not score any points and it's the next person's turn, but you don't have to worry about where like these points are going and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's scored on a card. So I feel like it's a more open version of Yahtzee.
Yes, and it's always up to you whether you score, unless you happen to roll and get like nothing you can score on. But as long as you roll a 1 or a 5, you can go again. So
right, and you can play this one player. You can see how many turns it takes you to get to 10,000 points, or stuff like that.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
But this is a fun one too when we just kind of want to it's like our last game of the night. And we're like, let's just roll dice. Because sometimes I like to roll dice.
Yes.
So that's fun, Farkle. And you can
that,
do that
cost us nothing because we have dice in the house and we just printed out a score sheet.
Just as I played Farkle online a lot years ago, this game is, from what I can tell, is like ancient. So that's free too. So
my mom said she played this. Those need to go back in there so we don't lose them.
So then we have this other style of dice rolling game.
These ones are so hard to explain, and also you drew weird things on the side. We didn't play this one yet, so we can't really explain that.
No. What did I draw on the side?
I don't know. It looks like there might be wieners.
No, it was a hamburger. It was a burrito. It was a hamburger. Wait, a hamburger, a burrito, a taco. I must have been hungry. I must have.
Clearly.
I must have been hungry because there's me, there's cheese, there's Dan, there's a hamburger or a pogo.
It looks like you ate something.
Or a pogo ball, a burrito, a taco, and McFries.
Jeez.
Okay.
So this one. There was a couple variations of the score sheets, and we printed them both out to try them both.
Right. Dice rolling is fun. Yes. Here's another
3 variations.
Here's another dice rolling game. I forgot what the name of the real game is. It's called
Doppelt so clever.
Doppelt so clever. Right. And this is a box board game that you can
or pretty clever.
It comes in a little thing like this with scorecards, much like Farkle, and you're supposed to write on them. You get different colored dice. You roll the dice. You roll the dice.
It's like one of each color.
Right.
An orange, a yellow, a blue, a green, a purple.
I only have a couple of them, but like I'll roll the dice here, and what do we have? A 5, a 4, and a 2. So I get to go. What could I do?
You could score a yellow 2 here or a yellow 2 here.
And I would put that there. And we need to start crossing these out to get multipliers, if that makes sense.
This one's a little bit complicated.
A little bit confusing. Like these ones, every die that you put here is greater than, it has to be bigger than the dice before. So if I got a blue 1, I would score that here. And then in order to score here, I would need at least a blue 2 or higher. When I do, I get 3 points. And then so the next one needs to be higher and higher and higher. It's a little, not a little complicated, but like you get to do things with your dice roll. You get to cross these off, and that gets you to cross a free orange one off. Then you cross a free orange one off, and look, I have a whole row of this one here. I get to cross a blue off. You know, this one lets you cross any one off. That one gets you a free reroll. So once you get to here, you get a free reroll that you can use later to roll, you know?
It's pretty complicated, but you can find the rule. We actually had to print out, like, there's a whole sheet for the rules. We had to print this out so that we could refer to this. But you could, if you like a dice rolling game, this one was kind of fun.
It was okay. It was complicated.
I don't love it, honestly.
But free dice rolling game, if you have a printer, you could print it out. You know,
it should be in
everywhere.
Color is a pretty important part of the game.
Right. So we've played that before, and that was just a free PDF right online to print the game out. So there is other stuff. This one we have not played yet.
I don't even remember what that was called.
We have not played this one yet. It's the same thing. You have to roll dice, and you have to score based on your dice rolls. Another one that we printed out that was free. I'll try to put, in RFSfam, I'll put a link to some of the PDFs. So we're able to take some of the dice from some of these other games and apply them to some of these games here, and then we're not buying a whole bunch of games. which has been good.
Hannah says, I need to see it actually played, or maybe I need to not be high to understand. No, this one, the Doppelt So Clever, is really complicated. This was one of those ones, Gina said it did not look like a burrito, and I'm with you, girl.
That was not only that, who said that, Gina? That was a Burrito Supreme. Right next to the Taco Supreme underneath it. But look, you can see the themes that are filled into there. Like, this one was numbers that had to be higher. So I got a 2, a 3, a 3, and a 6. So I got some points for that. This one under here, it's got food on it. Which one was this one? Just
the orange?
I think the orange was any number.
Yes.
Orange was any number.
Some of them have a ×2. Some of them get you a reward.
Right. This one down here was, I don't know.
That one's super complicated. If you want to sit and, like, think about it.
That one is, edge number has to be higher until you get the 6, because that's the highest you can roll. Then you can start over. And then you get the rewards that are on the bottom of that. And then you add your scores up at the end. It's a little complicated looking, but look how cute and fun and happy this looks. And you get multipliers. Again, if you have dice, another way to, like, not just play Scrabble, or no, Yahtzee. To play Yahtzee the whole time. We'll throw that gross one away.
Yeah, Gina says Supreme something, just not a burrito.
Gina.
If you do play Yahtzee, one thing that I used to do when I was a kid and would play Yahtzee with my mom, instead of playing one row, we'd play the whole scorecard all at once. So you have the chance, you're not so tied in, you have the chance to get multiples of things.
I think next time we'll probably play Patchwork. And since it's 8 o'clock, we'll kind of wrap it up here a little bit. But is it 7:40? Is that 39, not 59?
That's 39.
Then we have time. I did this one time when Survivor was going to come on at 8 o'clock, and it says 7:39 and it's blurry, so it says 7:59. Remember, I wrapped
Where's
it up.
Your glasses, Dan?
I wrapped it up, and afterwards, I was putting everything away, and I look, and like Survivor still wasn't on yet. And I'm like, what happened? And you're like, yeah, it's only 7:55.
But you hard out, and you were
because
like, done.
I thought it was 8 o'clock because it looks like 7:59 here. Oh my gosh. We've been playing a lot of Sagrada. In fact, Jess has this game as well. This is a dice, another dice drafting game. This one you're making beautiful mosaics with those clear dice.
So you have this mosaic board, and you have to roll. You draft like we did with the tiles on Azul, where you reach in and you pull out 6, 5. It depends on how many players you have. I think it's one more than 2 for each player.
Right.
So we pull out 5 dice, roll them, and then you get to pick. You alternate, and then switch off. That part's complicated. But each of you gets 2, when you play 2-player, each of you gets 2 die to play. And so if the square is yellow, you have to play a yellow die there. If it has a 2, you have to play a 2 there. So there's some strategy around that. Like, I don't want to play a red die next to the red or a yellow next to the yellow. So this square, I don't want red or yellow because you can't have 2 of the same color next to each other. If that makes sense.
This one's fun too. This one's really strategic.
It also has multipliers and trade-ins. Like if you can't do anything, you can spend a token and lose a point to be able to swap out a die or do various things like that.
Also very beautiful.
It is. You love looking at this one?
A little visually complicated. So I didn't want to start with this one.
Right. It has multipliers. Like if everything in a vertical row is different colors, you get more points. There's also the board that you see on this is slid into there. So there's different levels of difficulty of gameplay. So we kind of pull it out and like, how you feeling tonight? And we'll choose the same 3, 4, 5, or 6 for difficulty level. I think those are the only options, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For how difficult the board is to fill in. If we're not really feeling like a lot of strategy, we'll go for a low number. Sometimes we're like, let's go for a 6 and see how it goes. Those are hard.
It's fun. It's pretty. Harder. It's a pretty game. So we like that one. But we didn't start with this one. Oh, we also been playing Dice Hospital. This is a new one for us.
I was trying to explain this one to my mom, and it was a little complicated.
It's hard to explain.
This one, so everything else we play is about a half hour. This one right on it says, 45 to 90 minutes. This one does take a little longer. It takes
us about 45 minutes. A lot of it's kind of figuring out what's going on there's a lot of pay attention strategy to this one as far as like
a lot of moving parts.
It might take 2 or 3 minutes to make my turn period, plus chatting and stuff and
getting distracted, getting a drink.
So this one does take a little bit.
I'm not even going to try to explain this other than to say basically you have dice and your object of the game is to move your numbers up high. So up to a 6 and then up one more so then it's out of play, which means your patient, your dice are your patient, and they are healed and out of the hospital.
Right, so we roll the dice, we put them in the ambulance, and then we draft our dice to our rooms. Yes. That's where it starts out, in different numerical order.
You start out with various numbers, 1 through 6 on the die, and if you can't play a die on that turn, it goes down. So like your patient gets sicker. Versus if it goes up, you're healing them. And the object of the game is to get all your dice out up to, a 7.
Right, to heal all your dice and shove them out of the hospital. Or they'll go down to 1s and die, and then you lose points. And then throughout the game, you get different character cards that let you heal an extra die, or let you heal, like, you don't suffer any losses for any red dice and stuff like that in case you can't use it that turn. So this is called Dice Hospital. It's pretty fun. You get different rooms that heal. You get different, like, hospital rooms, like the blood donation and the oncologist and stuff like that will heal more than one. You put one token there and it'll heal 2 or 3 of your other ones. So this one's another dice strategy game that's pretty fun as well. Dice,
Cyber Husky says, OMG, a shocker. Hubby has never heard of Dice Hospital. When you got this, I was like, that looks dumb. And then we opened it up, and there was so much to it that I was overwhelmed.
Even reading the instructions, you were not that stoked.
No, I was so overwhelmed with all the mechanics of the game. But once we got it down and understood it, I like this game. I really like the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, it's fun. They have a new one coming out in a month or two called Theme Park Hospital, which is going to probably be the same thing.
Theme Park Hospital?
Dice Theme Park, I think.
That makes more sense.
My bad. Yes, because Cyber Husky says, my husband's never heard of this one. This is fairly new. This was probably started out as a Kickstarter a couple years ago. And it's made its way around a little bit. So this is from 2019. So it's not that old. So this is the newer one that we've been playing a lot lately. And then the last one I'll show before we get out of here is Splendor. This one I think we might be able to play on one of the nights here.
I think so.
This is what Cyber Husky, thank you so much, sent us. This is the one that Crystal was apprehensive about, because when you see this, it looks like we're playing some D&D.
Yeah, it does not visually look like something I wanted to play. Even looking at the back of the box, I was just kind of like,
Absolutely
We enjoy this one a lot. We played this prior to Patchwork. This was what we played the most.
Right. So we have all these gems that we draw from. We purchase cards with these gem values you can see right here, like 2, 1, 1, with the different colored gem values. And then you end up with this card that has a permanent gem. Trying to collect more cards that have points on them to try to get up to 15 points and win. So you're kind of trading your gems for jewels and upgrades and stuff like that, So this one's fun too, because this one's, again, coin drafting. I'll show you real quick. We have a couple minutes. I don't know if I'm blabbing about nothing, but I watch so much stupid board game video things on TV, or like I'm always like, Crystal, look at this board game, or look at that Ticket to Ride's another one I really want to play. That one's a very, very popular game as well. Carcassonne. This is the one that I see a lot at the Walmart. People love this game. That's another strategy game. I was watching people play it yesterday on a video. I was watching Will Wheaton play it yesterday on a video. And this game looks great too. All from the same... Oh my gosh, this means it's from the same company.
Right.
So, so we have some of our different ranked cards here that cost different points. Oh, that didn't work. that are different points in different rows here, right? From easy, medium to hard, easier to obtain ones, right?
So when the game starts, you have no choice but to buy these lower ones because they cost you fewer tokens. Every turn you get to take 3. Let's just say 3.
You get to take like 3 tokens, right? And then you start spending.
There's variations to it, but then you spend them, and then if you get this card, now you always have an extra green jewel in your bank.
Yes, because they get more expensive jewel-wise.
Yeah. When you play 2-player, you play with 5 tokens. 2 for each player plus 1. So there's no way you're ever going to collect 6 green jewels to be able to buy this. So that's where you have to try to buy some of these lower green ones and put them together with your green tokens to be able to buy these, which score you points. Once you get 15 points, you win.
Right.
So the goal is to try to get some of these higher ones. The lower ones, at most, a couple of them will have 1 point on them, but most of them are they don't have points. You just collect them to get the jewels.
Yes, you're collecting resources to collect more resources with points on them to get up to 15. Because so I have like 2 station green cards, plus if I draw a couple more, then that makes 4. That'll get me up here to this tier. So that is the basic rundown of Splendor. Which I think is a very fun game as well.
Yes.
Crystal and I play that one very often as well.
Another one with a lot of strategy and a lot of like looking at what the other person's doing and figure it out, and don't let them get the one that they want because then they're gonna win. Hi, Mooch.
Yeah. So it's been great. Thanks, Jess, for like kind of turning me on to board games. I like growing up. I had games. Oh, he must have upped that one. That camera's now done. Growing up, I would have board games, but I never cared, and like I didn't have anybody to play with. But so
we
they
had
were
a ton of games.
They were new to me.
My mom babysat, so we always had a ton of kids. We played a ton of board games. My mom's really into games, so she and I always played games. Usually card games and things like backgammon. Nothing strategic like this, really. Mm-hmm. But we always played games. Cyber Husky says, "So glad you like it. It's a fun one. We play it often
Thank
when
you
we
so
do
much.
play games."
Thank you so much. It is really good. But yeah, growing up, I never played board. I've played 10 times as many. I've played 100% of all my board games in the last 5 years. I played.
We played when Blake was little. We used to play board games with him a lot.
It was only at Jess's house or here every now and then on board night. But in the last like month that we played games, that is more than all the games put together. So right. I never did this growing up. Like it's just something that I played Nintendo. So this is like super super new to me and super fun. It's 3D-ish. I'm not staring at a screen. The older I get, like the more I like the thinking things because like I'm not the best at it. So it's fun for me. Hi.
It's fun to watch you discover more mechanics to a game and be like, oh, there's a new strategy and get better at the game.
Yeah. Hannah says, I love Ticket to Ride and Carcassonne. Yeah, so it is, that you're right. It is fun for me. I do want to play that. We looked at it at the Walmart. It was like $40. And I was like, there's a couple other games I think we wanted to try
I have to put Dan
first.
on a budget for board games because if I didn't, Dan would buy all the board games.
I just want to play
we have 100 new games.
I just want to play them all. And
we'd be those people that you see in the videos where half their board games on their shelf are still wrapped in the cellophane.
That's right.
Yeah.
All the memes for it.
We have to space it out so we get one new game and then we play that, a bunch. So then, it gets into the rotation. We know how to play it. And then, a month or two later, you can get another one.
I've done a bunch of review videos I did a review video on Splendor, Sagrada, and Azul, and I do sell a lot of those. Like the people a lot. When you go to Azul, my video is the first video.
Nice.
I know, huh? Right. Just says, Dan, the company needs to buy board games. Once we get rolling, then I can show you guys more board games, and then it'll feed itself, and then we'll get more board games. But yes, the board game industry, I should have known. It's just like any other industry. It's so blown out. They have, like I said, they have all their own memes, all their own things, all their own like stay off of Kickstarter, which I haven't gone onto yet because Kickstarter is the devil's board game like starting ground. There's so many Kickstarters with so many cool mechanics and so many things that are being funded on there that like there's videos and stuff of people like get off of Kickstarter and you can't go on Kickstarter. Yep, OMG, stay off of Kickstarter. I haven't done it yet. That's where Project L came from. Right. That's where Dice Hospital came from. Amazon already. Is it sold out? I was looking at it for the last few days to see if Project L was going to come on sale. It's not even American.
I did find it elsewhere. And I've been debating on whether we should get it.
Man, it'll come back around again. But apparently, Crystal, if you and I went to Kickstarter, we would just fall in love with the millions and millions of new board games that came out.
That's why I put you on a budget.
I have yet to go there because I can't do it. I have Kickstarted so many games. You have. I think that's where you got that gem game that I really liked. So I'm trying so hard to stay off of Kickstarter. But yes, there's people that are showing like how many like sealed games they have on the shelves. Crazy. I would want to
I don't want a bunch of sealed games on the shelf. I want to get one game at a time and play it and enjoy it and play it a bunch before we move on to the next thing.
Yeah, but there's still stuff I want. I really want one of the sets of like dice throne looks cool and I don't know. They all look good. I want to play them all.
I know you do.
But I'm so new to this that it's so fun. Yes. So this is our stack of our 5 modern board games that we have here. This is the 5 I believe that we have. I don't know if we have any other modern board games that are over there. I mean, we play other games like Rummy Cube. We played Rummy Cube on
Easter.
On Easter. I want to call it Thanksgiving.
Because you ate Thanksgiving
on
food.
Easter, and that was a lot of fun. And that one's an old game too. It is.
Dale says, is the kitty purring? Of course he is. Look how happy he is.
Yeah.
Rub that belly? No, he's not a belly rubber. He's not a fan of that. He won't like bite me or anything. He just doesn't like that. He likes his head rubbed.
I just backed Casting Shadows. Ooh, link me that. Maybe I want to back it too. Rami Batty of Kickstarter has made too much money for me. People just really get into the people that make the game. Like this Yui Rosenberg person is like people like that person. Like the people that make the games, those names are pretty popular. Oh, is it a this game? Or what is it, Plan B? No, wait, that's something else. That's something else in life.
Something else in life.
Yeah.
Jess said that guy is the guy that made Unstable Unicorns and Here to Slay.
See, yeah, so you find your, like, it's like an author or like an artist.
Right.
You find your person, you can't wait for their next release. Like that one page that was in Splendor, that one had Ticket to Ride on one side, and it had Carcassonne on the other side. Two of them that are at every store as a regular board game from the same company.
Right.
T-Turtle has the T-Turtle guy.
No, he's the T-Turtle
He's the T-Turtle guy. The T-Turtle guy's got the best art.
Yeah.
Hundreds of pages of just t-shirt art. It's so crazy. So anyway, that is it. This is what we've been playing on at night. This is what happens usually every night. Usually every night we play at least something one time. Yeah. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still 10 or 12 board games that are underneath there. But some of them are basic. Some of them are Yahtzee. We have Exploding Kittens and Stable Unicorns over there. So some of those other ones we do have. But these are the ones that we pick from when it's like, you want to play a game. Which game do you want to play? Well, if you had to pick one of these, what, as of now,
me?
What would it be?
I'd pick Patchwork.
You'd pick this one right here?
I enjoy all of them. Every time you ask me what game do you want to play, I always say I don't care. You pick, because I enjoy all of them. There's no game that I'm like, oh, I don't want to play that one.
I don't look forward to this one until we start playing it, and then I have fun. I'm not good at Tetris, so the strategy for me...
Maybe that's why I like it, because I'm really good.
Yes, and I knew you would. Once it starts presenting itself, then I'm better at it. Otherwise, oh my gosh, I really like Splendor.
That you pretty much always pick Splendor or Sagrada.
But Dice Hospital is starting to win love with me. But we've only played Dice Hospital like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
This is still new. So I don't know which one I would pick. Probably Splendor. I really like that.
Yeah,
one.
You've picked that more than anything else, unless you're like, I just want to roll dice, and
my
then you pick Sagrada.
favorite mechanic though is dice rolling.
Anything with dice rolling.
I'm not a gambler. I don't crave to go to Vegas or anything like that. Like I'm not like I don't want to bet like on the races and stuff like that. But then I do. Like
you don't
like,
want to lose money, but you
so I love playing Sagrada because I'm constantly rolling dice, which I wish you were rolling more dice in Dice Hospital.
Yes.
You're not really rolling that many dice. So I do love the dice rolling stuff. I want to roll dice. I'm always trying to play the Farkle. I'm always trying to like gamble on the Farkle or
you're always just rolling dice. Like we're not playing games. Dan's just rolling dice.
when I was like back in 2006, when I'd go to the places and we were playing HeroClix around there, I loved the dice rolling part. Right. I loved that part. So that's probably the funnest mechanic for me is dice rolling.
Lots of people here seem to love Ticket to Ride.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. I've seen the mechanics on that. That you can play 2-player, unlike, unfortunately, Catan, which is an amazing game. Like, it's such a fun strategy game. I feel like it's like almost like a better Monopoly. That one starts at 3 players, unless we get the Catan Rivals. So, but Ticket to Ride's just as big and does have a 2-player mode.
Right.
We would love to play, watch you play Ticket to Ride. I could straight up trade in Ticket to Ride because they're both...
Trade in your Catan for Ticket to Ride.
They're both $54.
It's about time for you to choose another game, but that's where Dan just balks and's like, I don't know which one I want.
Yeah, I know, because Wingspan's that same price, and that one seems to be a cooler game. We bought Sellers Across America instead of Ticket to Ride, but I think it's really hard to find out. When I was looking up all the Sellers of Catan like spin-off things, because that game's been out for so long, I think it's been out since the mid-90s. Sorry, Cat was chewing food. I was like, what is that noise? There has been 4 or 5 different versions of Catan that have come and went that are worth a lot of money now. Yeah, it's really hard to find now. Same with Ticket to Ride. There's regular American Ticket to Ride, which people say are kind of boring. They really like the European version of Ticket to Ride with the European map. Then I saw that there was a 2-player Ticket to Ride, which was Ticket to Ride New York, which is just a blown-up version of New York, or Ticket to Ride, I think, Japan. But then people say that was like a shortened, crummier version of Ticket to Ride. So I've been kind of finding out. When you look at the Amazon reviews, the Ticket to Ride European version is got like 10 times more reviews than the regular Ticket to Ride because I think there's more game mechanics to it.
Right.
Yeah, and Ticket to Ride has a large game board. You need a fair amount of space to play it. We have a good amount of space to play.
We don't usually sit here to play. We usually sit on the couch.
I can back this up pretty dang far. Oh, this camera.
Oh, I locked up.
This camera, did not go. This is the first time I think I've used it in 4K. But here, I wonder if I can show you. This thing has a lot of room. Like we were only using that little square. So there is a lot of...
The camera's still not to the end of the ends of the table.
Yeah. So we do have a lot of room. There's our microphone. Yeah, so we'll play more. We'll figure it out. I still have a few games here to show you that would be fun. Maybe I'll let you guys pick a game and we'll get it. Ticket to Ride is a 2-player. Dad and I play it all the time. American Ticket to Ride. Okay, so I might get that one. We'll have to look into it. I've only... Because, like, I watch a lot of board game stuff now, so, like, I've only seen a little bit of it. So, okay. Is that it?
It is now 7:58.
Why? I ain't rushing to run out of here, so we can stay a couple minutes.
My butt hurts
from sitting on this thing. Huh? Okay, why don't you hop out real quick?
There's not much room here, Dan.
Well, I was gonna slide in the chair, but you were like, too fast. I love the name though. Never heard of it. Never heard of it as a board game. Only as a Beatles song. Yeah, that game you basically... Look, I have the little paper for it. That game you basically are trying to connect railroads, with little pieces of train. So I don't know if you're rolling dice or you're doing whatever on cards and stuff, so you can get enough... Here, let me see if I can... Oh, now that I made it so small, watch this. Bear with me. So as you can see here... Sorry, it's like glossy. I'll just leave it on the ground. There's routes that have no train pieces on them, and this is America. You can see Florida's down over there, and I'm like over here, or whatever. If this was America, I don't know. But you have different train pieces that you're trying to build across here to get points of connecting them or something like that. It's in the cards. You draw train cards that you can play to lay trains down. Your goal is to complete the routes. Yes, perfect. Yes, so you want to complete the route here and here. You want to try to get them to connect so you can get a connection bonus. I've seen this game's been around for probably like 15 years at least, maybe. I've seen it everywhere. When I'd go to the comic book stores and play HeroClix, people were playing this, and I'm like, I don't want to play some dumb train game. I don't want to play like a dumb train game, but it's not about that. Now that I'm older, like it's not about that. So that is Ticket to Ride. It's a pretty big board game. Dan, did you give Crystal the USB with the books on it yet? Yeah, that's sitting. It's out here. I got them out like I said I would, so I put them out here. It's not some dumb train game. I know it's not some dumb train game, but that's how I thought it was, 15 years ago when I first saw it at like the comic book store while I was playing, HeroClix. Cyberhusky's going to bed. It's way past my bedtime. Good night. Thank you for staying. Yeah, thank you for taking a 2-hour nap and staying up late. Have a good night. We're about to wrap this up here.
Yeah.
But yes. So I was just showing. We were just talking about Ticket to Ride and what it consists of. This game still thrives as like at least a 4-player game.
Right.
Yes, and then Carcassonne really was interesting to me the other day. You can still play this as a 2-player game, but you lay down tile pieces, and you're supposed to like put your little guys on the road or in the castles, lay down other pieces to complete roads to score you more points, or to complete castles, which would get this person points for completing a castle when all the walls are connected from each one of the tiles that you've laid down.
Neither of these looks appealing to me looking at it, but I've learned not to judge a board game by the visuals.
Right, and that's how I'm going to teach you these mechanics to boost you up to eventually you're going to be like, but I'll try playing Dungeons & Dragons, and then you'll have a lot of fun at it.
You already talked me into HeroClix. What do you want from me?
So, So either one of these is a good choice. So, and a lot of these games, like Splendor, there's just a straight up app for it. Do you want to play Splendor on your iDevice?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can just download the game. It's probably, I think these games are like $2.99 or $3.99. But I've seen that. I've seen Sagrada on there, Azul's on there. All these games that I'm playing and all these games that I have here, maybe not Patchwork, but a few of them like this. You can download the app and play the game right at home.
Hannah says Carcassonne is awesome, except my dad tries to cheat at it. Oh, I gotta watch Dan. Dan's always
I hate game cheaters.
So we can just round up, right?
We can round up. We're trying to round up
points.
Let's get this game.
I'll trade you one of these for one of the. No.
Let's get this gameplay going. We're rounding up. We're rounding up.
Nope. I am a rules lawyer.
But it is cool if you want to play it, like I said, on your device, you can. You don't have to play the board game version of it. But I don't want to do that for any of these, only because sometimes I want to play more. I'm like, I want to play another game, but it's like, time to go to bed. But then it defeats the purpose of my board game,
Right.
So, all right, let's get off this blue screen here. Whoa! All right, so we'll be back this Friday with Crystal's going to make cookies, and we're going to have a mac and cheese test. I got to remember tomorrow's Thursday. I got to remember to run out and grab a box of Kraft.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. He tries to create a path out of nowhere. That's just not allowed.
Sounds like playing games with Dan.
I know, right, right. So anyway, those are the games that I want to get soon. Yes, until Friday, which we'll have chocolate cherry cookies.
I hope you like these.
And mac and cheese at the same time.
Yes, because the cookie dough has to go in the fridge for half an hour.
Right.
So while we put that in the fridge, we will make some mac and cheese and do a taste test.
Yeah, so that would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Yes. So
thank you guys for hanging out.
Yes,
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope maybe we kind of turned you on a little bit to a different style of board game. Maybe you can kind of see what's out there and pick up some of these.
And I'll find out from Jess and everybody if this is doable again. I think so. People seem to be happy. It's chill. It's a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. We can do this always in the middle of the week.
Right.
Helps us too. We were going to play a board game anyways.
Now we got it out of the way
Is there any more that are going to be played tonight? Are we going to play any of these tonight later?
I've got a few things I need to do, but we'll see how the night goes.
I've destroyed this house.
That's part of the things I need to do.
I've destroyed this house because there's like in this corner here we have like a table and the desk and all these cameras and all that. I wish I could show you all these things set up here.
You don't want to see it.
And I had to like shove everything. We're like 3 inches from the back of this. There's no room. We're like really shoved in here.
Yeah, that's bad.
It took me a long time to get this setup going, but I got it. I had to watch a couple of videos of. I already knew what I wanted in my head, but a few videos that I watched, people have like up, high, down cameras from here. Some people make game rooms where they hang a pole down so they can put their camera on it, which is kind of cool.
Right.
But a lot of people had this weird down shot, and I didn't want my like head in it, so I'd flipped it around backwards on this side. So we're gonna have to play all our games upside down if we want to keep this setup. Plus, there has to be another game that doesn't go in front of this pole of the other camera. Shoved as close to here. So we have 2 of those there, plus the microphone that's shoved in here. So now that I have this set up in my head, it'll be a lot easier to set up.
Right.
But yeah, it was a few hours today to get this setup going. Yeah, so it'll take a little bit to deconstruct the house and put it all back and stuff like that. So, and dinner, I probably should eat some food.
Probably.
How about you?
Let's get out of here and go make dinner.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you on Friday. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the super chats, and thank you for liking what we do. I had a good time playing Azul.
Thanks for hanging out.
It's interesting playing board games and like keep talking.
Right.
Just keep talking your moves. So as long as we can put that same energy and same explanations that it's not overly hard into some of these games, then I think we're good. So yes, good night everybody. Bye. We will see you on Friday. Pretend there's outro music.
If you change the scene, I'll go up there and put your music on.
It's like the 8-bit music.